Alright? Peace and Black Power family. It's your boy Psychopath and your girl Renee. Black at you. You know what I mean? With another RBG pill show. What's good out there, family? Let me get a one out there if y'all can hear me clear. I see we already got our resident troll in the fucking building doing his dumb shit. But yes, make sure y'all got my deep. Make sure y'all got y'all on live and got top comments. And yeah, we be all right. But yeah, shout out to all y'all. Let's get a one if y'all can hear me clear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they early today. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. All right, we good. All right, that's what's up. Let me get some shout outs real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Muchacha, Back to Love, Miss Yum Yum. Let's see. A Hamilton, Midtown Pookie, Vonda, Nikki, Miss G. Darth was good. Let's see, Bonafide was going on. Dan Frankie, the Nappy Yankee was good. Shout out to everybody else out there that might be listening. If I missed you, my bad. But yeah, let me throw it over to my sis. What's going on, Renee? How you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You know, just ready to get this show started, get back on regularly scheduled programming. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Oh, not so much. We're gonna get into a couple things tonight. Yeah, we got a couple topics we want to chop it up about, and yeah. So, but the first one we're gonna, if you've seen the thumbnail, which I probably saw, we're gonna be talking, of course, about Dr. Umar Johnson, his interview on The Breakfast Club. He recently went on there, and you know, I'm gonna say a couple things about that, and then we're gonna get into Antonio Brown. You know, he made a tweet. I think Psycho knows a little bit more about it than me, so he'll probably break that down. But yeah, so we're gonna get into those two topics today. You know, y'all are more than welcome to chime in if you have anything to say about it. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be getting into tonight.
Mm-hmm. You already know. So yeah, what you wanted to open up with? You want to open up with the whole Dr. Umar interview on Breakfast Club? Yeah, we're a few days late on this too, family. But we about to cover it right now. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, he was on there 3 days ago. So it wasn't that, you know, it wasn't that long. But if y'all didn't see it, yeah, he went on the Breakfast Club. And the thing was, it was somebody, I won't say this guy's name, but it was somebody probably about a couple weeks ago. Y'all may be familiar with this person, but they were saying like, oh, Dr. Umar Johnson lied. He said he was going to be being on the Breakfast Club, and he's not on there, and I don't see him scheduled, and this, that, and the other. And they was going to hold this thing. Okay, it was some feedback. They went into a whole big thing about it or whatnot. But lo and behold, who pops up on another Breakfast Club interview but Dr. Umar Johnson? So I'm going to give him some props for that because, you know, people were saying that he was lying about it. And, you know, it's a lot of chatter about him anyway. But basically, I thought the interview was pretty well. I think the interview was a little over 40 minutes. So he had a pretty decent amount of time to talk about some things. Now, of course, what everybody wants to know about, what everybody wants to talk about is his food. And to me, he was he not evasive, but he really put the back burner. Okay. So a lot of those questions he seemed to kind of breeze by. But before we get to that, mainly they were opening up talking about politics. And he had a lot of great points, some points I think that are very consistent with what we talk about, what we say over here. But he was asked about Kamala, he was asked about, you know, other politicians. And so he made the comment about Kamala Harris when Charlamagne the God asked him, you know, what he thought about her. He was like, well, I don't think any Black woman can properly represent Black people and be married to and have a white husband. Now, I totally agree with that statement, except for the fact that Kamala Harris is not a Black woman. So that kind of right there rubbed me the wrong way, because I know that Dr. Umar does come from the school of thought that biracial people are considered black. Okay, he comes from that school of thought, and I've heard him speak on that before a couple of times. And I think people have mentioned that I think he has a child's mother who's biracial. I'm not sure if that's true, so y'all can tell me if y'all know, but I've heard that before. I don't know how true that is, so I'm not going to stand on that. But if that's the case, then yeah, he would be more invested in saying that biracial people are black. But he's made that statement before. Like I said, I've heard him say it before. I disagree with that. And the reason that it's very important that somebody like him, to me, have a better understanding of that. Because if he's standing on a lot of the principles of UNIA, a lot of the principles of what Honorable Marcus Garvey forth, which was no race mixing. What you're essentially saying is, if you're considering biracial people to be black, you're essentially saying that a black man and a white woman, or a black woman and a white man, can literally create the same child that a black man and black woman together can create. And that's the problem with his logic on this. For somebody to be standing so firmly rooted in, black love, because he talked about that, as far as he does not support interracial relationships at all. But for somebody to be so firmly rooted in that, I think that's important to note, because if you say that they're black, they're saying that it doesn't matter if people, essentially it doesn't matter if people race mix, because the product of that mixing will always be black. So you're basically talking both sides of your mouth when you make those kind of statements. So that's something, if I ever had the opportunity to talk to him again, which I did interview him before, if I had the opportunity to talk to him again or interview him, that's something that I would definitely want to ask him about. But anyway, he made the comment about Kamala, and he really went into what we've spoken about over here recently quite a bit, which is the support that the Black community has consistently given the Democratic Party no matter what. And that we don't really push for our agenda for our community. We just basically kind of go along with the flow. And he basically spoke against Black politicians being pro-party, which is something that Black politicians being more pro-party, than pro the community, which is what we speak about. Because when you have these allegiances to a particular political party, then you have to toe that line. You have to stay in step with what it is that they're putting forth. Because at the end of the day, you are for the Democratic Party, you're not for Black people. You are for the Republican Party, you're not for Black people. You're for them first. So he spoke to that. I thought that was an important statement to make on somewhere like the Breakfast Club. Now, I know a lot of people take issue with the Breakfast Club, or they don't like it. A lot of people don't like Charlemagne or whatnot, but I think that they fill an important role because there's like a middle ground. Sometimes people go to the extreme, and we over here, we can be extremists, y'all know that, but sometimes you do have to catch people where they're at. So for a lot of Black people who may not be to the extremes politically that we are, or have the understanding of things that we have, this is a place where they can go and hear this type of rhetoric and make decisions for themselves. It may be the first time that they're hearing some of these type of things being said the way that they are, because they may be more in the mainstream, and Dr. Umar is not in the mainstream. So to bring somebody like that, who has a lot of the views that he has, no matter what you think about him and his school, his views in general, aside from what I said earlier, in general are very solid. So for people who are not really, familiar with that, here, especially younger Black people who listen to the Breakfast Club, that's a positive thing, because that can really inspire them to go on their own journey, to learn more about politics, to learn more about our community, to learn more about what's really going on. So I don't shoot down the Breakfast Club. I don't put them down and say, oh, it's terrible that they went on there and they no good. sometimes you have to use things for what you can use them for. So if that platform can be used to open the minds of some Black people or give them a different understanding, I don't see a problem with that. So, and he kind of spoke to that the fact that, and I thought that was important too. He was saying that before the Breakfast Club, nobody really dealt with, on a serious level, Black conscious people, so to speak, quote unquote, whatever you want to term it. A lot of people didn't mess with Black conscious folk. You know what I'm saying? They were over there in the corner. Like, hell nah, we ain't even dealing with y'all crazy Negroes and y'all African Negroes or whatever. So that has kind of opened the door so that you have people like Dr. Umar, even Tariq, even Boyce Watkins, people who, are questionable to a lot of folks. But it has opened the door to some degree, because you don't have to go along and agree with everything the person says, but it can open the door to something else. You know what I'm saying? Even, and I'm not going to promote this person at all, but they even had Polite's crazy up there. He was up there with Mecca World Peace or whatever he called himself now, Ron Artest or whatever. He was up there with him, but he wasn't on there. You know what I'm saying? And it's been quite a few other people. You had Dr. Sadie's children who came up there and they were speaking about a lot of things. You have a lot of other, Black folk who are more so in the conscious realm, who were able to get more exposure by going up there. So I thought that was important that he noted and gave props to the Breakfast Club for doing that much. But yeah, so he, definitely was asked about, which this is a big topic tonight, and it's always a big topic with us, but he was asked about, interracial relationships and how he felt about that. And then he was asked, though, about Frederick Douglass, because, I'm a descendant. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be a descendant of Frederick Douglass, all right? Oh, no, hey, all right? But for the sake of the conversation, we just gonna flow with it for right now. And so Charlamagne, the guy, I think he asked him a good question. He was like, so, you don't support interracial relationships, whatever. And he's like, no, I do not. He's strong on that stance. And then he asked him about Frederick Douglass. He said, but, Frederick Douglass, he was like, you're a descendant of Frederick Douglass, right? And he's like, absolutely, my whatever he's supposed to be. And he said, but okay, he married a white woman. So then he went into his swirl-splaining. And well, she was the second wife, and this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. And he was married to a very dark-skinned Black woman or was with her for 50 years, and these type of things. And that's well and good. But I do respect that he said he was wrong for that. And I feel like he should have left it at that. You don't have to go into no explaining. Just say he was wrong for marrying a white woman. And that's, however, we do know that if we're using our logic now, the logic we have over here now, Frederick Douglass was biracial. So with that logic that we have now I understand you talking about back then, there was a whole different dynamic, okay? However, if we're talking about in more modern times, Frederick Douglass was supposedly, biracial or mixed, then, it would have been within his possibilities, so to speak, to be with a Black or white woman, okay? Because he's a mixture of both. He has one white parent and one Black parent. So, if we use that logic, but again, I understand that's a totally, totally, totally different time. And there was a totally different understanding at that point, because we're talking about people who were the result of rape. We are talking about people who were the result of sexual abuse and rape and molestation of Black women at the hands of white men, okay, which he was a product of. So that's a totally different aspect than today when people are making the willful decision to have children with other races of people. So, I just want to make that clear. But, he did go into the whole explaining thing about Frederick Douglass and Dr. Umar said he felt like if Frederick Douglass had not married a white woman, that he would have been a much, seen as a much more notable Black leader and icon. And I guess that kind of stained his reputation to a degree. And it does, especially you talking about during that time, so it is what it is. But so Dr. Umar, Charlemagne, he slid in a couple things, and he asked him, he said, well, your credentials have been questioned, because Dr. Umar went into something about him being a professional, da, 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 da. And Charlemagne was like, well, yeah, your credentials were questioned. I think he read, I don't remember where he read it from, but he said, yeah, your credentials were questioned, and they said this, that, and the other. And he's like, well, he went into his explaining on that. And, well, I could have gotten this degree, but I didn't. But my degree is in this, that, and the other. And he went to explain it. What's crazy to me is, why is there like so many questions about that? Like, are you or aren't you? I think at this point he is, especially considering the fact that he was brought in front of that board or whatever. He had to go to court and stuff like that. So it was documented that he is actually credentialed professional. But yeah, so he kind of spoke to that. Now, I do want to address something he said in the interview. And this is aside from the school and all that. But I do want to say this quickly about the school. He claims that the school will be up and running by the summer, if not this summer, next summer. And so I'm like, huh? That's, and that's a whole issue. It's a whole cluster F right there. Because I don't understand how you never know the actual launch date of your academy. How come you don't have a date that is firmly planted and this is when we will open? We have all this lined up, all of this together, and this will be the definitive dates. How are you supposedly opening a school? And we're about to be into the new year. We're about to be into January here pretty quick. And you're saying it may open this summer, if not this summer, next summer. That's not good enough to me. That's not good enough, and you got to do better than that, bruh. And I have been somebody who has not been highly critical of him. Neither has Psycho, basically because we know that there are a lot of people that come at him and that, break down a lot of things that he said, and I'm not defending him, nor am I particularly condemning him, but it's just the fact that you should know more about your school. You should be able to provide specifics for your school. You should be able, at this point, this has been a process for much of my time being a part of the so-called conscious community or whatever. Dr. Umar has been putting this school together. Now, I understand that things happen. I understand a lot of other issues or whatnot. And I've kind of been lenient with some of that stuff. In my view of him, I'll say that. But I mean, come on now. And then if you're going to a major platform like the Breakfast Club, to me, you want to have a definitive date. This is the time and place where you're going to say, we will be open June 15th, 2020. You know what I'm saying? You want to give a definitive date, a definitive time. This is the platform and the time to do that, to be able to reach more people so that people then may go and look it up and see how they can get their child involved. But the fact that you don't have that, and then you're still saying next summer, and here's the thing, if his school or academy or whatnot was actually going to open this summer, which I thought it was going to be year round, I really don't know how all of this is going to break down. But if it was going to open this summer, you would know. You would be able to have an actual date for that. So the fact that you even said, or next summer, means you're really saying it's going to be open next summer. And then in next summer, then what? It's going to be something else, or what's the problem? So, and I'm talking about he's saying in the summer of 2021. So it's kind of like, come on, bruh. Come on, for you to be this credentialed professional, for you to be as intelligent as you are, for you to have spent so much time and putting into this, all these people, all these detractors, okay, all of the stuff that's been said, why the hell by this time don't you have a definitive date? That is a huge red flag. And like I said, I've been lenient on a lot of things. I've been lenient on a lot, but that's a major red flag. So you just prolonging, and you're still claiming the school. And he made sure he wore his button down with the emblem on there and his initials or whatnot, looking official. And that's great. But if you don't have an official open date, you need to deal with that first. So that was crazy to me. But what I do want to talk about, which I think is one of the most notable things he spoke about that a lot of people probably have been talking about and will talk about, is he spoke on Bill Cosby. And, he kind of low-key had a conspiracy theory type premise with some of what he was saying about Bill Cosby. However, it seemed to be, though, that there were some factual elements in it as well. But basically, his thing was, he didn't feel that Bill Cosby did anything wrong, which I feel that in this particular case that was brought forth, it was a BS case. Let's keep it above. No matter how you feel about Bill Cosby, it was some BS. But of course, he doesn't feel like Bill Cosby did anything wrong and that he should be in prison, which I agree with. He was saying that Bill Cosby needs help to do everything in prison because he is legally blind. So he needs help, getting around. He needs help getting dressed. He needs help to eat and all of these kind of things. And honestly, that is really sad in a lot of ways to see somebody like him reduced to that. You know what I'm saying? Growing up off the Cosby Show and all of that kind of stuff. And then to see him reduced to what he is now, it is really sad. Now, a lot of that he did to himself. He wanted to run around here and mess with these white women, which is an undertone of today's show, okay? But he wanted to run around and mess with these white women and do the things that he thought he was doing. And he ended up and all the while he's a married man and everything else. And he ended up suffering for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was right how he was done. And there's a lot of other people that we could, of course, point to. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So he was basically saying that Bill Cosby, their whole thing is they wanted to bankrupt him. And that Bill Cosby owns some land that is supposedly on top of oil. And I think it is the state of Pennsylvania, I believe he said, or some large entity that has been wanting to get that land because there's oil there. And so they have been, I guess, trying to get the Cosbys to sell it. They have been doing a multitude of things to try to get that land. And they were unsuccessful. So if he goes bankrupt, if they bankrupt him, then they would have the opportunity to get that land. Basically, long story short, is what Dr. Umar was saying. So he feels like this is a larger plan in what they wanted to do to him concerning this land that oil is under. And then he spoke about the Meek Mill thing. So, both of them are in Pennsylvania, Bill Cosby and Meek Mill. And I know particularly in Philly, they have one of the worst criminal justice systems in this country. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And so you see how they did Meek Mill. If any of y'all have Amazon Prime, please check out Meek Mill's documentary. It's something else, y'all. Y'all really have to watch that if you haven't. It's like a 5-part docuseries. And it's something else. But yeah, it breaks down a lot of that. But the Philadelphia criminal justice system is just off the charts. So he was basically saying that the reason, I think they released Meek Mill, I think it was 2 days or a day prior to them sentencing or putting Bill Cosby in prison. So Dr. Umar was basically saying that, what did he say? He said they released Mill so they could kill Bill. Something like that. Some kind of rhyme he made to it. But he was basically saying that if they had both of them imprisoned at the same time, that will cause too much stir, because a lot of people had already been going off behind these 2 cases, going off behind Meek Mill, of course, too, because he should have, there's no reason he should have been in prison, period. But anyway, so he said it's basically something they had to do. So they made sure to kind of throw things off, that they're releasing Meek Mill, so people have fanfare behind that, and that's a big story and all that. All the while, they're putting Bill Cosby in prison, right behind each other, so that it kind of overlaps. So everybody's pretty much focusing on Meek Mill being released, and that takes some away from Bill Cosby being put in prison. Now, I don't know if that's true, if that's really what it is. I mean, y'all know these people do things that are significant. Like, they use certain dates. That's real. They do things on certain dates and certain times because they know that there's some significance with that. They do arrange things media-wise so that certain stories play out more than another story. That can vary a story while they push this other stuff to the front. So, I mean, that's real. That's really how media operates. That's how white supremacy operates. So I'm not going to deny that part of it. But yeah, so he kind of had a little conspiratory feel with some of the things that he was saying. But I will say it's not as if they're completely unfounded. You know what I'm saying? There's, I think, some truth somewhere in there. But go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah. Yeah. But, I am the furthest dude away from being I do not do the whole conspiracy thing. Truth is actually annoy me to certain degrees because they are just so out there. And I don't see no conspiracy here. Me personally, I don't see a conspiracy here connecting Bill Cosby with Meek Mill. I don't see how that kind of correlation. I heard what he said, but I just didn't necessarily agree with him. I thought it was a bit of a reach myself. I definitely don't have a problem with Bill Cosby being locked up, even though I do agree. I think the case is bullshit. I think the case is complete bullshit if I'm keeping it a buck. But ultimately, he did cop out to drugging women, this, that, and the third. So, and ultimately, he is getting some of that justice that he was claiming that black people should start being held accountable to. So I'm not going to get mad at a motherfucker who's getting some of this pushback on the shit that he was actually promoting, which is, he was promoting this white supremacist system, kicking black people backs in. I remember when this whole shit went down, I went in on Bill Cosby. If y'all been around this channel long enough, y'all remember I had a couple of my subscribers mad at me because I was getting that Bill Cosby so hard. But hey, man, I remember that pound cake speech. I remember how Bill Cosby shitted on people, especially of my age bracket, like us 70 kids, who, like I said before, we're the ones who actually saved his fucking career when white America was ready to throw his ass the fuck away. And his career, they took his ass off. They stuck his ass with kids shows. They minimized him all the way down to kids shows, and he was trying to entertain kids of our age, right? We made that motherfucker, built his name back up after it was shit. White Hollywood was damn near done with this motherfucker. He built his name back up to the point where he was able to get a TV show, got his TV show, then turned into this fucking elitist who wanted motherfucking shit up here and stick his nose up at black people from the hood and this, that. Man, don't get me started this Bill Cosby shit. I was going to go in on Bill because I know this whole appeal shit done happened and people started talking about Bill again. I was about to catch flashbacks, boy. I am not a Bill Cosby fan, if y'all haven't noticed. So, no, I do not. I think I really can care less what the fuck happened to Bill. But back to Umar. I ain't mean to get too far off Umar, but I hear Bill Cosby, I get triggered. But yeah, back to Umar. Umar, I'm one of these people. I want to believe he has his best intentions at heart, and he's actually out here doing what he said he's going to do. And he got. A part of me still believes he wants that, but the way he's going about doing it is questionable, and it does raise legitimate questions. One of my things is, but it's crazy that, first of all, let me say this. It's crazy as hell that all his motherfucking platforms get shut down as far as like his donations and shit, his Kickstarters, his GoFundMes, and all that shit. Now this motherfucker is on motherfucking the Breakfast Club, telling motherfuckers to hit his Cash App for donation. That shit just sounds crazy to me. Like you trying to get a school started and you tell motherfuckers you need donations, hit my Cash App. That just sounds crazy as hell to me. Like I understand he tried doing it other ways and people did attack his shit. So. But it just sounds crazy. It just sounded crazy listening to that. But yeah, he has this grandiose school that he's trying to build, right? Big, huge school, big plans for this school, right? I remember at certain points he said he was going to have motherfuckers try to train motherfuckers how to fly airplanes. Has some aerial, I forgot what they call it, aerial simulators up in his shit, and he was going to train motherfuckers in how to be military style, right? Military style training up in there, and this, that, third. Plus, they supposed to learn all the Black history, of course, which is important, but it's just, and it was a lot of shit. It was supposed to be dormitories. It was supposed to be it was this big, huge, grandiose school that he said he was trying to develop at first. And I remember when he first said that shit, I was saying, this is pretty out there. This is it sounds good when he's talking about it, but when you really try to think about how he could make this happen, it starts sounding a little bit more like a pipe dream. Because that shit was some grandiose ass shit, but he dumbed it down since then. He got a little bit more realistic within him talking about the school, and now but he still wants it to be a privately owned school and funded, right? Which means people got paid to go to a school. Okay. Now, he's saying that Black men in the community need to, they need these type of schools. They need to learn how to be men. They're growing up in single parent homes, and they don't know what it's like to be a man because the male figure is not in the house. And we need to raise men, right? Because that art of raising men in the community is lost, and we need to build that back up, right? That was like his big sales pitch, right? He was going to raise Black boys into being quality Black men, right? Right. And he was using the whole single mother not having a father in the house aspect to make the pitch. That's fine. Problem is, you're charging people to go to your school, right? Now, I'm saying this because he was criticizing LeBron James in the interview, saying how LeBron James is making these schools, but he's making these schools to be public schools, right? And his isn't going to be a public school, it's going to be private funded. Okay. Again, you originally sold this school as a way to teach the boys from the community, the hood, from the single parent households, how to be men. Now, how is this mother supposed to pay for her son to go to this school out in Delaware? And you know, like she got, like, how does she afford all this, right? Odds are that single mother can't afford this. So that means you got to tap into a different market, which means you're tapping into the middle to upper middle class kids. Problem with this is the upper middle class kids normally is not coming from broken households. They're normally coming from a solid family foundation most of the time, right? More times than not, right? Which I'm not knocking. My point is, you sold this as a way to teach black men how to be men because they don't have a family foundation in the home. But if the only people that can afford your school are people with solid foundations in the home, how is this school helping build quality black men when the kids that need the most help can't afford to go to your school? So it's kind of weird, right? It seemed weird to me. You know, it seemed like, you know, if your main concern was helping the kids from the broken families, you wouldn't make this a private school where people had to pay tuition. Because again, these kids can't afford it. That's why they all go to public schools. If they could afford it, they wouldn't be in the public schools to begin with. Right? So what you're trying to do is pull black kids from going to this private school to going to your private school, which is fine, but that's not how you sold the school initially. That's not how you sold it. And if that was what your plan was, I would have been cool with it if you didn't just sell it as a way to help the poor kids in the community. Because this ain't doing shit for the poor kids in the community. They ain't doing shit. Now, if you want to take, like I said, you want to take these black kids out of these white private schools and put them into a black private school, I'm cool with that. But that's how you should have sold it. That's how you should have sold it. You understand? Because that's what you're looking for. Ultimately. The Frederick Douglass thing, I thought that was fascinating. But for the same reasons Renee said, you know, he's a descendant of Frederick Douglass, right? So I found that fascinating. And you know, like Renee said, Frederick Douglass was biracial, and you know, he did end up with a white wife. You know, it's in hindsight, it's really hard to really say anything about him being with a white wife because he was biracial. But that's only in hindsight, because at the time, he was deemed as a black man. He had no other choice but to identify as a black man back then. He had no other choice. This whole choice where motherfuckers got options where one day they could just say, I don't want to identify as black anymore. I don't want to identify as black anymore because y'all don't know how to act right. So therefore, I'm not black. You know, Frederick Douglass didn't have this option that these motherfuckers got today. Today, they could do that. They can actually do that today. Oh, and they've done it today, family. They have. But Frederick Douglass ain't had that option, right? He ain't one of these new age motherfuckers, right? He an old school biracial. So he had no other choice but to identify as black. And to my knowledge, he didn't have no kids with this white girl. Renee can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he had any kids with them. Now, this was like when he was a little bit older, right? I don't think he had kids. Renee, I don't even know. I guess Renee ain't there. But yeah, I don't think he had kids, right? With the white woman. He did have a black wife before the white woman that he did have kids with, but I don't think he had kids with the white woman. If he did have kids with her, his descendants would have been white than a motherfucker. If he had kids with that white woman, his kids would have been white than a motherfucker, screaming, "I'm the descendant of Frederick Douglass." They'd have been screaming that shit. And they would have been correct. White than a motherfucker. Saying, "I'm a descendant of Frederick Douglass." And they would have been correct. Right? I just found that interesting. You know? Just don't figure I'll throw that out there. You know, Umar could have very well been a fucking some white boy, racist motherfucker supporting Trump, losing his fucking mind, talking about black people's low IQ. That could have very well been Dr. Umar if Frederick Douglass slipped up and had got that Becky pregnant. That could have very well been Umar. That's the dangers that we play when we do race mixing, right? That's the dangers we're playing. One slip up away from turning Dr. Umar to a nerdy ass, gaming, racist ass fucking incel. One slip up away, and that could have happened. I'm just saying. Know what I'm saying? So that's why we gotta be careful with this race mixing shit, family. Y'all motherfuckers play these little games with your dicks and pussies all y'all want. Y'all playing games. You're playing games with your DNA. Just saying. Just saying. It's happened. I'm not just talking out my ass. It's happened. We've shown proof. In real time. Within our lifetime. We've shown it. It's happened. We're not making this shit up. This ain't the boogeyman. I'm just saying. I mean, Renee, you there? Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, there she is.
I'm sure you was talking. What you mean?
I called you right. Yeah, you must have stepped away from the computer because I called you.
Okay. No, I'm just right here. I just must didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked you. Did Frederick Douglass didn't have a baby with that white woman, did he?
No.
I ain't think so.
He actually died. He actually died less than 2 years later.
Right. That's why I said he was old when he. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. He didn't. He had
He had kids with the black woman.
I think that's what Umar said 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had 5.
Sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Yeah. I'm telling you though, man. I'm telling you, that's scary. That's scary.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's that on that, I think. Anything else you wanted to say on that?
Nah. Now that you wanted to add something else.
No, I'm good. But yeah, y'all, it's worth looking at. If you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out. Probably for a lot of us that's in here or whatnot, it's not going to really be something things you haven't heard before. But it's worth checking out, I guess. It's pretty decent. But you still not really getting much about the school. So like what's up? What's really good? But anywho, so that's that on Dr. Umar. Now Dr. Umar in the interview, he set the tone when he was asked about Kamala Harris. And when he was asked about interracial relationships, he set the tone for the next story that we about to get into. And Dr. Umar said he is against interracial relationships. Okay. Now we about to get into this other story. And Psycho, did you want to start it off, or you want me to read the story on it?
You go ahead and read the story. I'll chime in afterward.
All right. Well, it's a ex NFL player by the name of Antonio Brown. I know we've talked about him before. I think Psycho did a stream on him before. We've talked about him before. And this dude's a clown. You feel me? He's done all kind of clown-ish or whatever. So he's basically been ousted from the NFL amid some sexual assault allegations or whatnot. I don't think there's anything more to it because nothing else has been put out there. And if they had something, I felt it would have been out there. But I think more so that was kind of an excuse the NFL used overall, but they don't want to deal with his ass. Excuse my French. So, anywho, he's been, saying, hey, teams, sign me and calling himself, still putting himself out there. But anyway, so for those of y'all who don't know who Antonio Brown is. Now, just here recently, okay, a couple days back, he done said a couple things. And so people was, in an uproar, or people felt a way about it, or people were talking about it. So I'm going to give y'all what he said, then we're going to do the whole backstory. So he put a tweet out, and it said, no white women for 2020. No more white women for 2020. Okay, we're about to go into the new year. He said, bye, Becky. Okay, basically is what his tweet said. So then people were like, oh man, what's going on with that? All right, so I'm going to read y'all this story, y'all. This is just ridiculous. But I'm going to read y'all this story. And we're going to get into it. Okay. Now I'm reading this from clutchpoints.com. Okay. And this is Antonio Brown, because this is what's really important about the situation is not just what he said, but what prompted the whole thing to take place. Okay. So Antonio Brown's ex-girlfriend fires out at AB about his hidden truth. Okay. The Antonio Brown saga is never ending. Okay, now let me tell y'all this before I read the story, which is a short story. But he had the police call to his residence the other day. I think this weekend, he put it up on Instagram. He was on Instagram Live. She had come there, I think, and I think she was trying to get some of the children's clothes or whatnot. And so she had the police escort her there, basically. And he was on there kind of going off or whatnot. And he's like, why she keep having y'all come over here and this and that? And then once the police got like the clothes or whatever, then he gonna close the door and he's talking about, yeah, that's the police and all this stuff. I'm like, cool, sit down. But anyway, so that kind of prompted the whole thing. Everybody's like, okay, well, dang, what's going on? That she's calling the police over there. She can't get the baby's clothes. So the Antonio Brown saga is never ending. Before the police came knocking at his door, which he filmed on an Instagram story, there was more Twitter drama in a cycle of AB drama that fuels the internet. On Friday, Brown's ex-girlfriend / birth mother to his child, Chelsea Chris, took to Instagram to threaten to expose Brown. She said, oh, these are the games we want to play? I have pictures to end your entire life. Keep taking messages out of an old phone from 2012, trying to play victim. If only the world knew the truth about you. And I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut. Now, this is what the white girl said, okay? And she posted this on Instagram. Now, before the messages from Chris, Brown posted on Twitter a slew of messages, since deleted, claiming that she tried to get an unknown man to get her $25,000. He also said on his Instagram story, new track called Mud Shark coming soon, stay tuned. A mud shark is a white woman who likes, I don't know what he meant. I think he was saying who likes average black males. I think that's what he was trying to say. This dude is crazy, y'all. So he, you know, because he supposedly raps too. So he's supposedly making a song called Mud Shark. And, you know, these are, you know, trying to attack her basically. Brown's message for his social media followers was capped off by "No more white woman." See, he's such an idiot. No more white women. No more white woman 2020. Okay? Brown is still looking for a home in the NFL, and nothing's happening with that. So it's just talking about some NFL stuff. So we don't need to hear that. So yeah, basically, so that's what happened. So I'm guessing, from what I understand, that some black men were upset with him for saying that, or maybe felt a type of way about him saying no white women in 2020. And I just want to say this about the situation first, and then I'm gonna go to Psycho. Is, first of all, this dude is a clown. Let's start there, okay? Now here's the thing. That man don't give a damn. He gonna screw and mess with as many white women as he possibly can. All this is a lover spat. He's trying to take shots at the white girl. So he's trying to take shots at her, something he will feel will hurt her feelings. So calling her a mud shark, and he's making a song called Mud Shark, saying no more white women in 2020. All that is to take shots at the white woman. But here's the problem. You have children with her, or at least one child with her. And I think he has two other children that are older who are also biracial. So how in the hell are you sitting here talking about no more white women, and you've been having mixed babies? You've been being with white women. This is just something that you're using to try to get at her. This doesn't mean anything significant. And on behalf of black women, I can say black women in general probably don't want you. I can't speak for all black women, but you can stay right on over there with Becky, how you been staying with her. Keep on with your white women. Keep on doing what you've been doing. Black women don't want nothing to do with you. You are a damn clown and a fool. And you sit up and made these babies with these white women. Now it's no more white women in 2020. Like, are black women supposed to cheer? And let's also be clear, it's more than one race. I mean, it's more than black and white, right? So Asian women, he talking to you. Native American women, he talking to you. That's who he talking to. Or whatever so-called exotic mix or whatever, then that's who you talking to. Like, don't nobody give a damn. This story is nothing. Like, it's a nothing burger at the end of the day. And for whatever black dudes that got mad about that, that's purely pathetic. You know, and then some of these dudes out here, they put white women on such a high pedestal. It blows my mind. And what's interesting is, you have the white woman who's calling the police to his house. You have the white woman on social media. You have the white woman threatening to him. You have the white woman supposedly setting him up for money. You got the white woman doing all of this stuff, but let that have been a black woman. See, a lot of these dudes probably ain't going in on a white woman because remember, she's on a pedestal. But see, if it were a black woman, they wouldn't say nothing bad about Antonio Brown. If he said no more black women in 2020, they wouldn't say a damn thing bad about him. They would say, see, that's what we talk about. Black men ain't tired of black women. We tired of y'all. We go somewhere else where we're better treated. Black women, black men up. Black women are gold diggers. Black women, she calling the police to his house. She knows they lock him up. She know they may shoot him because he's a black man. She doing all of this on social media. Black women do. But see, it's funny because it'll be like the same thing. Like, I've peeped this for so long. Like, a black woman can do something, and these same dudes will make it the worst thing in the world. That white woman do it. It's all kinds of excuses for it, right? So if a black woman, or another race of woman, so I'll give you this example. if a black woman has a attitude or she's whatever or people perceive to see, that's what I'm talking about. These black bitches, they got these, you know, they do this and they do this and that attitudes, and that's what right? Right? And she's coming out or she's spicy. It's hot. She's spicy and sassy, but sassy and positive. See, them Latin women, man, they be spicy, man. See, it's perceived totally different, and things are very similar. And we look at differently, actually, because anything that a black woman does damn near is, people aren't gonna talk about that part because she's put on a pedestal anyway. Because she's a good name and he must have done something wrong. He did something wrong, but a black woman, she must have done something. She must have done something where he don't want to deal with her no more. She must have said something. So I just want to point that out with this Antonio Brown situation. And Antonio Brown, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Stick with your white girls. They love you. They love you. Stay over there, have a good time with your Beckys. And you know damn well you ain't leaving no Beckys alone. You trying to make her mad. You trying to make the white girl mad. But guess what? Too late. You done already made a baby with her, gave her a Bentley, because supposedly now he put out a report to the police, want them to go look for this Bentley that she's been driving, that he, I guess, gave her, but it's in his name or whatever. So you got a white girl out here riding a Bentley and everything. Stay over there. Goodbye. But anyway, go ahead, Psycho.
Yeah. You know, this whole situation I found hilarious or a lot of aspects. Just hearing people's perspective on this, you know, it's crazy that a motherfucker can leave a tweet saying hashtag no more white women in 2020, and all of a sudden that breaks the fucking internet. Like, that's crazy, because I had to point this out last night. I had joined the Rumble last night over on O'Shea shit, and I had to ask motherfuckers, right? I had to ask motherfuckers a serious question, right? Because I found it very hilarious that these motherfuckers who love to try to get on us, because, you know, like, let me just put it out here like this. Like, Renee just gave the example. You know, if Antonio Brown said no more black women in 2020, right? Which I've actually heard similar type rhetoric from these SYSBM type weirdos and everything else. You know, they turn around and say little wild shit like hashtag no more black women in 2020. Shit like that. You know, if Antonio Brown had said that, he would have got online high five. He'd have got internet chest bumped. Men would have made about 400 fucking streams defending him. You know, they'd have been trolling up motherfuckers like myself, accusing us of dick policing, for calling them out, for saying hashtag no more black women in 2020. If I'd have called them out for it, everybody and their mothers over on that side would have been like, oh, he over there dick policing. Dick policing. But yet these same motherfuckers can get on their soapbox because Brown said hashtag no more white woman in 2020. Oh, I saw uproar. Oh, I saw outrage. Oh, these motherfuckers was upset. And I'm sitting up here zoning like, why are you motherfuckers so mad? Why are you white knights, because that's what they white knights, literally and figuratively. They are white knights, right? Stone cold sips, right? Why are you white knights riding out in your shining armor, ready to joust fucking Antonio Brown? Why y'all charging him on that horse? Because he said no more white women in 2020. How is that not dick policing? How the fuck is that not dick policing? If you are sitting up here criticizing or either upset at Antonio Brown because he said he don't want to worship ice queens anymore. He don't want no more of your beloved ice queens. He wants no parts of it. He ain't want no snow bunnies. He was cool on that. Ice cool on the snow bunnies. Motherfuckers is up in their feet. Motherfuckers upset. They felt like he's a turncoat. Because they had him labeled as one of these SYSBM motherfuckers, right? As you know, they will label a motherfucker for a motherfucker, right? They'll tell you who the fuck is blue, red pill, green pill, all this whole other stupid shit. Motherfuckers don't even self-identify as that shit. No, they're going to tell you what pill you are. And they told Antonio Brown, you're SYSBM. You fuck with white women like us. You down with us. You got mixed kids just like us. You down. He's SYSBM. If you asked those fuckers a month ago to name you some famous SYSBM motherfuckers, they would have threw you Antonio Brown's name. They said, oh, he's totally SYSBM. Oh, that's who he's totally that. He's red pill. Because you know that's what red pill means in this round, these parts, right? I don't fuck with black women. That's a red pill meaning around this motherfucker. But once they found out he ain't their version of red, at least he claims he ain't gonna be their version of red pill. They put that out there too, because I ain't completely sold on that statement. I'm just pointing out the fucking outrage and how these motherfuckers is very subjective on who they call dick police. Very subjective. Because they are the biggest dick policing motherfuckers I know. These motherfuckers are the biggest dick policing motherfuckers I know. If a motherfucker says I don't fuck with no other women but black women, they will chastise that motherfucker. They will berate him. They will try to shame him into swirling. They will try to shame a black man into swirling. I seen them do it. I seen them do it. These motherfuckers are white knights. Right? I found that very odd. I had to point that out. This is crazy. Yeah, y'all the ones who always talking that dick police and shit. And that's all y'all motherfuckers do is dick police. Y'all, and this is a prime example of it. It's all y'all do. Dick police. That's all they do.
Yep.
I had to point that out. Now, to this Antonio Brown actual tweet and all that shit, this motherfucker, I have been telling people for months, this motherfucker's batshit crazy. I remember I was trying to explain to Renee earlier this season how fucking nutty Antonio Brown is. Because I was thinking she wasn't too privy to how nutty he could be. And I had to let him know, this motherfucker, he's out there. This motherfucker, he's out there. Like, he yeah, he's a head case. Something's wrong with him mentally. He's fucked up, right? You know what I'm saying? So to me, this just comes across as him being upset with his baby mother, pissed off, and decided, I'm going to get it back by leaving this tweet. It sounds like a revenge tweet to me, right? I don't even think it's genuine, right? Because he tends to want to take this militant black stance when it's convenient. Because I know when he was with the Raiders for that couple of months, that month and a half, he was with the Raiders. He got into an argument with the general manager there, the motherfucker who signed him to the Raiders. That motherfucker turned around and called him a cracker dead in his face. Told me he'd beat his cracker ass. Straight up. He told me he'd beat his cracker ass. Now this is a motherfucker who fuck with white girls and got mixed kids calling people crackers.
Exactly.
Now, that is insane to me.
And it's some black men, I know he's wacky, but it's some black men who actually think like that too, though.
I know.
Like white girls, like they mess with them. They do all of the above, and we even have children with them. But then white men, they racist and they, huh?
Right.
But you went the flip side of the coin. They submit black or white men and white women are the two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. So it makes no sense. So it's like, this dude is weird. He pulls the race card. I hate using that term because, people try to use it to try to, dismiss valid claims that we make and shit like that. But this dude really do pull the race card. There ain't really ain't no other way of putting it. You can't be selective with your motherfucking blackness and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like either you down or you ain't. And he has proven on many occasions he really ain't down. Antonio Brown is down for Antonio Brown. That's what the fuck's going on there. He's a me first motherfucker. That's the fuck he is. Right? He all about him. So yeah, these little coons like to try to mask their coonery under a pro-black statement or a militant clapback or whatever the case may be, and try to mask their coonery. But nah, like Renee said, you ain't fooling nobody, dog. You ain't fooling nobody. Go ahead and keep doing what the fuck you been doing. Now, don't start crying for black women now that you can't get a fucking job in the NFL right now. You can't get a job right now in NFL, save your life. They don't no team want to touch you. Don't no team want to touch you. Now all of a sudden, now you want to go crying back to the black woman when you down and out. And if you come back and happen to get another contract, start making a whole bunch of money, it's gonna be hashtag back to white woman 2021. The fuck out of here, son. That's some bullshit. You want some fuck shit, dog. Fuck out of here. You want to get down and out. Now you want to start calling for black women. Put the dog whistle out. That's what you was doing. You was putting the dog whistle out. Hoping they come flocking.
Yeah, because he put a tweet out or whatever, or posted on Instagram or whatever, either one, about the girl, one of the city girls, JT, the one who got out of prison not too long ago. He put a tweet out about JT, how he wanted to get with her and this and that. And she's a dark-skinned black girl. And so now you putting the word out. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you ain't got nothing popping. You ain't got nothing popping. So you want to go try to attach yourself to this girl because you see she got something going on. And no, stay over there with them white hoes. Keep doing what you've been doing. Stay there.
Facts. Like why you wasting your time now? What's the purpose of wasting your time now? There's a good chance you might not play the NFL ever again. There's a chance that might happen. And yeah, so now and Becky probably putting pressure on your fucking neck too. You probably got some crazy ass child payments out there, child support payments out the ass, some old crazy amounts because you an NFL player. And so yeah, money probably getting tight now. She probably got your foot all up on your neck. Nah, dog, go bounce. Go find you a new Becky. Go find you a new Becky or something. Do something like that, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all motherfuckers always talking this, white woman is this and white woman is that. Yeah, that white woman will leave your ass the second you lose that money because she only with you because of the money. White women don't be loving y'all like that, man. They ain't got that unconditional love for you fuckers like that. You fucking weirdos. Y'all gotta pay for that pussy, man. Y'all gotta pay for that pussy. Man, motherfucker, I gotta speak on this. Over on the motherfucking stream last night, motherfuckers had this motherfucking black female, this black Afro-Latina from fucking Colombia.
Oh, man.
Couldn't speak a lick of English, right? Couldn't speak a lick of English. From Colombia, right? In one of these red-filled spaces, right? She sit up here. She sit up here. She got like this skippy ass motherfucking sports bra on, and motherfucking and some tights or some shit, right? Now, me knowing how these motherfuckers get down, and when I say these motherfuckers, I'm talking about these international passport ass Negroes. Me knowing how these motherfuckers get down and what their purpose is when they go to these places, me knowing this and how they think, that chick was a fucking whore. I gotta call it what it is. That chick, they literally had some Colombian street whore. This wasn't this girl. He ain't know nothing about her. He was asking her questions at the same time they was asking questions. He ain't know shit about her. So they say somebody's wifey, I'm talking about, they say this girl, this is some streetwalker, I'm sure. Looked like she's fresh from the job, looked like a straight streetwalker. These motherfuckers gawking over and every fucking thing else that third. I'm like, what y'all gawking over for? I'm up here asking real questions like, yo, how much this chick cost? Because I know how these chicks
they won't respond.
Right, because I know how these international chicks get down. Like y'all motherfuckers think, like y'all motherfuckers go flying down there. Like, oh man, listen, this shit was crazy. Motherfuckers like, oh my goodness, I see why y'all motherfuckers be going down there and all this other shit and everything else. I'm up here shaking my head like, motherfucker, y'all motherfuckers flying all the way the fuck down there to pay for pussy? Y'all flying all the way down to South America to pay for pussy? And motherfuckers tried to argue me down and say, yeah, the pussy's cheaper down there.
What?
Yeah, but how much did it cost for you to actually
Why are you paying for sex anyway?
Thank you. That's just me. I don't know. When I came up, paying for sex was simping. That was simping. Literally. That was simping. Paying for sex. By definition. That's what the simp was. I'm not making this shit up. But somehow or another, it's just the simps are the motherfuckers who don't pay for sex.
That's crazy.
Not only you gotta pay for sex, you gotta be international with it. But these motherfuckers are sitting up here grilling her about American relationships.
Oh, I know, and this woman can't even speak English and she don't live here. How are you asking her about that?
Black relationships in America. They was trying to compare it to relationships down in Colombia, and I'm like, this chick is like 21 years old, a 21-year-old streetwalker, and y'all asking her about fucking relationships in Black America.
And let's be real.
And they literally asked her, how many American Black people have you ever heard of? And this, that, and the third, and everything. Like, do you know any famous American Black people? Only person she could name was Will Smith. Only person she could name was Will fucking Smith. But y'all asking her about relationships in Black America. Y'all are discussing relationships in Black America with this streetwalker who just want to hurry up, suck a dick so she can go find the next motherfucker because she trying to make a quota before the night's out.
And that's the thing too, is she's not going to say nothing that's out of pocket, so to speak, because she's trying to be appeasing because of what she does. You just there to get the money, like, oh yes, yes, what is it? See, senor. I mean, that's how you gonna say, honey, because you trying to get this money.
I mean, and they really was up here trying, like vetting this girl. They literally was up here like vetting her and shit. And I'm like, why is y'all vetting this whore? I'm like, God damn, man, y'all motherfuckers supposed to be the red pill motherfuckers. How come I sound like the only red pill motherfucker up in here? Y'all motherfuckers walking at her, stalking her and shit. Y'all vetting the girl? Well, listen, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is why I say those are the real simps. Because they get around females, they don't know how to act. They act like they've never been around a female before. These motherfuckers, the first thing they want to start doing is leading with their pocket. On some simp shit. Example number one, leading with the pocket. Next thing they motherfuckers start doing, these motherfuckers start praising her and putting on a pedestal and all this stuff. More simp shit. She's a fucking streetwalker. What the hell is on your goddamn mind? And the third and final example of how this motherfuckers is this, y'all was literally betting her, trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. Y'all was literally up there trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. What in the fuck are y'all doing over there? This is how y'all got caught up the first time. When y'all had them fucked up ass scenarios with your exes and, you know, your baby mothers and girlfriends or whoever the fucked y'all over that into y'all red pill rage. This is how it happened. Because y'all was sitting up here fucking with the wrong women, leading with your fucking wallets and trying to turn them damn hoes into housewives. Y'all should have been looking at better selected females. But y'all up here trying to wipe up these streetwalkers. Y'all going down to fucking South America trying to find you the first hoe that smiles at you at the motherfucking airport, and your motherfucking ass take that lot lizard to your motherfucking hotel and you start filming her acting like you got something. Like she wouldn't have been with the next motherfucker right behind you if you didn't stop. Like you act like you did something special, dog. You led with your wallet. It's nothing special there. It's nothing special about buying pussy. Motherfuckers do not get brownie points for buying pussy. Anybody can buy pussy. I can go get a 14-year-old boy right now, take him out to the red light district. Guess what he can do? He can buy the same pussy you can buy. Same pussy. All he needs is a sponsor. That's all that 14-year-old boy needs is a sponsor, and he can buy the same pussy as you, motherfucker. So y'all motherfuckers ain't special for buying pussy, dog. That ain't never been an art. There ain't no art to buying pussy. You go out there, you find out where they walking around at, you go out there, you snag one, that's what it is. It's not that hard, motherfucker. It's really not. I'm just saying.
And I just have, one thing I want to say, and this is just something that, I have noticed over time, just an observation, I mean over several years, several years. And lately, I'm not, debating as much or going to certain places as much, but over the years, I've seen this, which is a lot of, or not a lot, but there's a particular segment of Black men who on social media, especially on YouTube, who talk about going overseas for women. And, Tariq has talked about it. He's been one of the ones who had a lot to say about that. There was a documentary even made about it, Black men going to Brazil. But my thing that I've observed, and I could be wrong, and I'm not saying it's every person or every man who opposed this or every man who's gone there. But I see a lot of men talking about how they say the women there are better because they say the women there are more, they're submissive. The women there, they have real hair. Which, by the way, the woman in the thing last night didn't. She was beautiful, but she didn't have real hair. So, not all of them have real hair. But anyway, the women are more submissive. The women have real hair. The women, are not back talking and things like that. They're more beautiful. They're more fit and in shape. And that they're just overall, I guess, better women. They treat Black men better and things like that. Now, my thing is, if that is the case, and these women are all of this and more, I rarely, if ever, see any of these men actually married to these women. I rarely see any of these men presenting women that they're actually in relationships with, that they actually married, that actually had children and a family. Because if your problem is so-called American Black women, you would think then if you take American Black women out the mix, right? We out the mix, we no longer, you're not interested, you're not looking, you're not involved, or nothing to do with American Black women. So we're out the way. Now it's open season for all these beautiful Latinas and all these other beautiful exotic women. Why aren't they ever married to these women? Why aren't they ever in committed, exclusive relationships with these women? I don't understand it. It seems that, and like in that documentary that they had, the men were going over there, but they were not, those women were not becoming their wives and actual girlfriends. In fact, those women talked about how they're being paid. So those women were prostitutes. But what I've seen and heard, like I said, Tariq and all these other people have pushed the idea that, these women are just so much greater, and that you could just go over there and you just find one and she's amazing and your life is a million times better now because you have a woman who's everything. And F them Black American, them fat Black bitches, excuse my French, them fat Black, ugly, loud, non-submissive, masculine, raggedy, ratchet, hood rat, Black bitches. They over there, we don't even deal with them. So why don't more of these men have these women? You should be wifing them. Them women should have rocks on their fingers. You should have one of these beautiful, exotic goddesses in the pictures with you and y'all beautiful children. Well, I don't see it. I don't see it. And
that they was talking about how different she was and everything. Man, that girl looked like a regular old chick from up here. She had a weave in her head and everything. Weave in her head and everything. It was all over her. All over her with the weave in her head. Didn't give a fuck. So, like, yeah, I'm just saying.
But Big J, Big J. Whatever. OJ, yeah. But a lot of these dudes talk about that they want to get married, but they're not going to marry American Black women. That's what a lot of their pitch is. Their pitch is that they would want to be in relationships, but not with American Black women. So that's what I'm saying. American Black women are out the way. It's wide open now for you to get any of these amazing, beautiful, perfect women.
OJ, it ain't that hard to find a girl that's not mean when you paying for it. Most girls you pay for is really nice. Very I don't give a fuck where you got it from. I don't get where you pay for it at. You ain't gotta go all the way down there to pay for some nice pussy. You can pay for some very polite, nice pussy right here in the States. It's not that hard. You ain't gotta go way down there to pay for politeness.
People. And I've known girls that are strippers and some of these stripper girls and stuff, and they say this, and I've heard men say this too, that when they go to the strip club, they go there and they like to go there and talk to the women, and the women are laughing and they're flirting and they're all over them, they're complimenting them. Why are they doing that? Because they trying to get them coins. They trying to get that money. So you ain't got to go down there to get that. You can go to the strip club and talk, and the stripper will sit there and talk to you and laugh at all your jokes and tell you how funny you are, how handsome you are. Long as you can buy her a drink, and then you tipping her, giving them, oh, she's gonna interact with you and have a good old time with you. That's how they make their money. So yeah,
how nice do you want? I mean, it's a fucking prostitute. It's a fucking prostitute. How nice do you need? How nice do you need your prostitutes to be? I mean, shit. I mean, I mean, most motherfuckers say, you know, they get a prostitute, they do what they do, and then they pay her to leave. Most motherfuckers, usually that's the mental gymnastics they play to convince themselves that it's no big deal that they paying for pussy. They use this mental gymnastics of, well, actually, I'm just paying her to leave.
Right,
you know,
right.
Sex is free, and I'm paying for her to leave. Well, if that's most of y'all motherfuckers' mentality, then what difference do it make? Yeah. You don't need it to be nice. You just needed to come there, bend the fuck over, moan a little bit, do whatever, do some tricks, you know, whatever, do something strange for the change.
What kind of tricks? Okay.
Whatever you into, I don't know. That's individual preferences. I don't want to get too much into that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do something strange for some change, and then she gotta go. Fuck y'all, what is what I'm saying? You paying for niceness, politeness, it's that simp shit. That's what I mean. Like, what y'all trying to have a relationship? You trying to get an emotional attachment?
Right.
Like, you look for nice girls when you trying to find somebody to lay up with for a relationship, shit like that.
Right.
But if this is a prostitute, what the fuck? I don't need you to be all cuddly. I ain't trying to cuddle with you and shit and have all the kind of pillow talk. I ain't trying to pillow talk with no prostitute. Who the fuck is pillow talking with prostitutes? That shit is crazy. Like, I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me.
You're right, muchacha. Sis, you on point. She said that's called stroking their ego. Exactly. You know, just stroking. Oh, you're so handsome. Oh my God. Oh, I love your shirt. You look good in that. Or that's your color. Blue is your color. Like, yeah, you look really good in that. Oh my gosh. Okay, look, I see you work out.
So they paying for fake compliments.
I see you work out. Okay.
So they paying for fake compliments.
I see the muscles welded in the shirt. I see. Okay, I see what you're working with. I mean, yeah. To sit there and stroke, and women can do that, especially if they getting some money. Just like men can tell women stuff women want to hear, so they can get them drunk.
I know some chicks at the strip club. I know some chicks at the strip club tell you anything you fuckers want to hear. She'll tell you anything you want to fucking hear. Anything. You paying. They tell you whatever you want to hear.
Yep.
Whatever. It's a whole lot cheaper too.
But yeah, you know, so that's my thing is like, I just don't see it because like I was seeing these dudes was saying like, they were saying, oh, American black women gonna be bad. American black women, they losing out. Oh, they bad. They go mad about what? What? Like, I don't get it. Mad about what? Listen, ain't nobody stopping. And that's why the whole depolicing argument is ridiculous. And like me and Psycho said before, if we're depolicing, because that rhetoric is only used in reference to interracial relationships. So that's only when they feel like somebody, or that's only when this certain particular segment of black men feel like somebody's coming down on them for interracially dating, okay? Or they're coming down on interracial dating. Then they say, oh, you're depolicing, okay? But here's the thing. If we're depolicing, we're doing a horrible job. We're doing an awful job of depolicing because ain't no black man or whoever been prevented from being with any race of woman they want to be with. I see interracial couples all the time. So if I'm depolicing, I'm doing an awful job. I'm a horrible police officer because I ain't locking up nobody and I ain't preventing nobody from being in no interracial relationship. So the depolicing argument is ridiculous and it's laughable.
Yeah.
They do the same thing. If you want to call it depolicing, you do the same thing when you sit up there and encourage black men not to be with black women. When you sit up and do that, you are dick policing. Excuse my French. You are dick policing when you are putting down black women and telling black men not to deal with them. When you're encouraging that. So don't look at it. If you're gonna look at it on that side, say it on both sides of the coin. Admit to your dick policing. How about that? But see, they only care because they don't want nobody attacking Becky. Do not attack.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Dude, you say whatever you want. A lot of these dudes, you say whatever you want to about black women. You talk about them like a dog. You drag black women through the dirt, and they won't bat one eyelash. They could have an amazing black mother that loved them and raised them and provided for them. They could have positive black sisters. They could have positive black women that they know around. They won't give a damn. But let you say one thing about that. Let you say one thing about that white woman. Black women do that too. Black women, because I saw black women that did. Honey, these people go into a seizure. They about to just pass out. They about to die. Somebody call an ambulance. Like, these people go nuts if you say anything about that white woman. And Dr. Umar said this in an interview, that the white woman is the most protected individual in this country. And that is 100% facts. White women are placed on a pedestal so high, and they are the biggest whores. They are the liars. They are the manipulators, and they're never called out on it. They're said to be meek and mild, and they're the damsels in distress, and we've got to help the poor white woman. What are people doing to her? And she's out here for a whore. She's on meth. She's on heroin. She's cracked the fuck out. She's a slut. She's a tramp. But no, that's all black women traits. White women don't do that. And white women can sit there and lie on a million black men, and they will still say, oh, well, that was that white woman who did that. That's not all white women. But let a black woman do anything in life, that, like the Brian Banks. A lot of these statements to do, they love bringing up Brian Banks because it was a black woman who lied. She was a damn fool, and she deserved to be truly punished. She lied on him and ruined this boy's chances. He had a bright future in sports and football, and she lied on him that he raped her. But see, it's a million cases of white women, white girls, all day, every day, lying on these black athletes at these colleges from coast to coast. And these dudes will never talk about those stories. They will never put those stories over Brian Banks. And you can count those stories over and over and over again. But they will use one story about a black woman to try to override what white women have been doing to black men for ages of time, lying on them about sex. You have a white woman who dreamt she was raped. She dreamt it. And a black man got locked up behind that shit. But these dudes won't ever talk about that. It's always what a black woman does. And black women call the police on you, like this Antonio Brown thing. Let me tell you something. Do the knowledge on me. Because the facts show that black girls and black women are the least likely of all women to call police when they are raped or sexually assaulted by a black man. That is because of the stigma attached to what the criminal justice system has done to black men in our community. So people don't want to get the police involved. That is a fact. But yet, it's the idea that black women are calling the police to sit up. She called on her baby daddy. Listen, I'm not making an argument that no black women do that. I'm not even making an argument that a significant amount may do that. But what I'm saying is, when you want to do a comparison and contrast, you will see that black women and girls, and I'm talking about when people have actually been abused and molested, and raped, they still won't call the police because it's a black man. And they don't want to get the police involved. But nobody ever discusses that, do they? No, they don't. That white woman will run to it. That's what Dr. Umar talked about that on the interview too, so you might want to check it out. He was kind of speaking on this to a degree with the Bill Cosby thing. A white woman will run to them white men. She will run to the cops. and let them know, hey, this black guy, he touched me, he raped me. You had the story that just happened recently. It was last summer. I mean, not this past summer, the summer before that, where the young black man, I was just reading in this paper about that not too long ago, about the updates, some updates on the case. But you had the young black man who's 18 years old. He was 19, I think, when they sentenced him. Who was with the girl at the bar at the outside of KU, and they was at a bar. She had a fake ID to get in there, and well, no, she was let in, and he had a fake ID. Both of them were underage. She was 17, and I think he was 18 at the time. She told him she was older. Of course, she's in a bar. So they were talking, having a good time. They went back to, because he was a student at the time, they went back to his apartment for like, not for long. They were kissing and stuff like that. And there was no penetration, nothing of the sort, right? They decided to go back to the bar. They went back to the bar, finished having fun, hanging out. 2-3 days later, homegirl goes to the, or was it I don't think it was the next day, it may have been the day after that. Homegirl, white girl, goes to the police and says she was raped by him. They know that there was no sexual penetration or anything of that sort, but he still was brought up on rape charges and has to do 12 years in prison behind that. And he'll have to be a sex offender for the rest of his life. Now, why aren't these dudes, why did none of them dudes, I don't know if they did, but I'm doubting they did, because I remember around the time the story came out, I didn't see any of these guys doing stories on that, talking about white girls, talking about white women and how they lie and set up black men. And you got this young black man, his life is ruined. All because he's frolicking around with Becky. But Shaquita's supposed to be the one. Shaquita, she gonna get you killed, man. She gonna get you locked up. Shaquita ain't getting you locked up. Becky is. Because as our elder Neely Fuller says, any sex a black man has with a white woman in America is rape. It is considered rape. The question is only if she will report it as such or not. But if she chooses to say it was a rape, then it's going to be considered rape. I don't give a damn if she your girlfriend, if she your wife. If you're a black man with a white woman in this country, all she got to say is he raped me. And you can't say that shit about black women. Because when black women come out and say, this happened to me, everybody's, well, what you have on? What'd you do? Why was you over there? Who was you with? Well, what's this, and this? And she's automatically going to be lying. She's a thought, a hoe, and a whore, and a slut. And why was she over there anyway? And she's telling 100% truth about what happened to her. So don't come to me with that. I'll pass the mic.
Yeah. This whole thing, like I said, this whole interracial bullshit is causing all types of confusion. When I see these men fighting so hard for cave coochie, I just find it disturbing. It's like they hold these wild ass positions with black women, but with Becky, it's so many excuses, excuse after excuse after excuse, disingenuous conversations, just like, yo. It's like what bugs me the most is when people act like they not into swirling, but they fighting so hard and hold these wild ass positions. Certain people, I'm gonna leave nameless, who know these motherfuckers are like some motherfuckers. The motherfuckers who fight so hard to support swirling, but say I don't even swirl. I actually got a black woman and shit like that. Most of these motherfuckers. They want to swirl, right? They want to swirl, but they not in a position to swirl. Either they already in a relationship with possibly a black woman, or they just some incel ass motherfucker who can't seem to get any white pussy. They want white pussy but can't get white pussy, right? Which that hard to get. It's kind of shocking you can't get it. It don't seem like it's too hard. These white women seem like they throw themselves on motherfuckers. So if you can't get you a white chick, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, motherfucking weirdo. And so like, but they want it, but they can't get it. And then you got the other motherfuckers who they want it, could probably get it, but they're in a relationship with a black man, so they feel like they got a ball and chain on them, so they can't explore their options. But that's really what they want to do. So they're living vicariously through these other people who are swirling, right? They're living vicariously through these dudes. So they try to, when they defending them, they see themselves as defending themselves, right? That's why they try to use this whole black male angle where I'm defending the black man and all this other shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all motherfuckers don't give a fuck about who these black men are fucking. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it all the way to fucking buck. Black men don't really give a fuck what other black men is fucking like that. Y'all motherfuckers like, y'all act like, oh, well, let him do this, that, third, it's his woman and all that. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all full of shit. Y'all acting like y'all doing this to defend black men. No, y'all not. No, y'all not. No, y'all not. Y'all not doing it to defend black men. Y'all living vicariously through these black men, and y'all putting y'all having an out of body experience. Y'all having an out of body experience where y'all are putting yourselves in that black man's shoes, and now you feeling defensive. But then you don't really give a fuck like that. Stop it. If you had a chance, you would fuck that dude's girl. Same motherfucker you said, leave him alone, let him fuck that girl, let him fuck that girl. If that same girl try to throw the pussy on you, that cave coochie on you, while he's with that same dude, y'all will fuck her. Y'all will fuck her. So don't act like y'all give a fuck about their relationships, like y'all trying to help maintain a proper family household and all this. Get the fuck, that shit is all bullshit. It's all disingenuous bullshit. Stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all motherfuckers don't fool me, man. Y'all don't fool me with that bullshit. Y'all don't. I know what it is, man. Y'all, like I said, y'all motherfuckers, most of you motherfuckers want what these dudes got, and y'all living vicariously through them. Same way y'all live vicariously through these, what's the dude name? The Richard, what's the billionaire motherfucker? Robin Smith. Excuse me, Robin Smith. Now y'all live vicariously through that motherfucker. Y'all never sniff $1 billion. Y'all ain't gonna sniff $1 million. But y'all motherfuckers live vicariously through him and act like his accomplishments is your accomplishment. Like, this is what you motherfuckers do. This with these Beckys. Y'all need to stop playing. Because most of you motherfuckers ain't even in relationships with Beckys. Y'all ain't putting no ring on them Becky fingers either. Where the rings at? I'm gonna ask you motherfuckers the same thing I asked those female swirlers. I tell those female swirlers the same thing. Show me the fucking rings. Show me these happy relationships you dudes are with these motherfucking non-black women. Show me. Show me. Show me evidence of it. I hear a lot of talking. I hear motherfuckers like Supreme King Coon. Yeah, I'm calling out names. I hear motherfuckers like Supreme King Coon always talking this, how great his relationship is and all this. I can't tell, motherfucker. I can't tell. I don't know too many motherfuckers in a great relationship worry about begging, trying to tear everybody else's relationship down. That don't sound like a motherfucker who's in a happy relationship. That sounds like a motherfucker who's miserable in his fucking relationship, trying to drag everybody else down because misery loves company. Motherfuckers in happy relationships ain't worried about what other motherfuckers are doing with their shit. They not dick policing black men. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers in happy relationships are not dick policing, worrying about motherfuckers saying no more white women in 2020, wagging their finger, chastising motherfuckers. But motherfuckers ain't doing that in happy relationships. They just not. They don't care. They're good.
You know, I just never knew, like, it's really, you know, and you have to, okay. I understand that this is a segment of these guys on social media. You know, this is purely a segment. This is not all black men on social media. This is by far not all black men by any means. And they need to be classified as such. This is a particular and specific segment. Even though I know it's a bunch of effery and foolishness, it's really like, it's still like, wow. Like, these dudes, they bug out if you say anything about a white woman. I mean, they really take it personal.
Yeah, they start sipping. I told you, they do start sipping. I told you, you ever want to see these motherfuckers start sipping?
Yeah.
Bang on Becky.
And
bang on Becky. You want to get them mad? You want to get these motherfuckers to their feelings? Bang on Becky. You want to piss them off? Bang on Becky. You want to see them turn into simps? Bang on Becky. Don't, you ain't gotta say one word about them. You ain't gotta take no personal shots at them. Just bang on Becky. They're gonna get emotional. I promise you.
I've literally asked a couple of these guys this in the past, like in chats, like some of these guys who was saying a lot of this rhetoric, and they was talking about simps and this and that. And I said, so you all really aren't against simping. You're against simping for Black women. What you perceive as simping for Black women. You're not against simping. Because all y'all do is sit here and praise and put on a pedestal white women, Asian women, Latinas. So simping is okay. Simping is cool. Just don't simp for these Black bitches. Don't simp for these fat, Black, nappy-headed, ugly, Black, ratchet bitches.
That's when you're a part of the gynocracy. You know,
right.
you simp for the Black woman, you're a part of the gynocracy. Right. You simp for the white woman, you red pill. See how that works?
Thinking.
See how that works?
You simp for white women, you a free thinker. You simp for Asian and Latinas or whoever, you a free thinker. You're a thinking Black man. You're an intelligent Black man. You're an intellectual if you simp for white women. You're smart. You're sharp. You're not a Pookie and a Ray Ray. You're an educated, intelligent Black man if you simp for a white woman or for Asian women. But if you say anything seen remotely as positive, as supportive, as kind to or about a Black woman, you a damn simp. You got the mind of a woman. You let these women blow your mind. You're weak. Oh, but you simping
you are.
You talking about that fine ass Latina chick? Hell yeah, I drink her bath water, man. I'll give her all my money. See how that works? See how that works? Oh man, these Black Insta thoughts, man, F them hoes, man. Them bitches ain't nothing, man. F them bitches, right? But the Latina girl, man, I'll give her the world, man. I'll suck her toes. Disgusting. But these are the type of things I've heard. Like what I'm saying is like literal stuff I've heard. Things I've heard. So, and I've said before, like a lot of these guys, they're not against simping. They're not against feminism. They're against any of those things as relates to Black women. Okay. Understand the difference. Okay. Because you got a ton of these white hoes that are feminists out here and call themselves as feminists. And they say, well, yeah, women this and that. Women should blah, blah, blah. Women da, 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 da. Right. But see, they go, oh. And I've seen a bunch of these cases where a lot of these white feminists have Black boyfriends. And I'm like, what the fudge? And these dudes, all you hear about is Black women and feminism. Black women and feminism. I mean, they call anything a Black woman say feminist. I don't give a damn. You can say it's cold outside. She's a feminist. But honey, let these white girls, these white college girls and stuff, they be wearing their shirts feminist and all that. Oh, honey, they brush that to the side. That don't mean nothing. If them little white girls gave them, they would about her being a feminist.
Yeah, they will holler at a Becky with a motherfucking. They will holler at Becky with a shirt on, female logo on it, saying I am woman, hear me roar on the back. They will holler at her. and not give a fuck about her feminist motherfucking political views. They wouldn't give a fuck and holler at her and think they got a prize. And think they got a prize too. And then try to put her on the camera so they can show everybody, look at my Becky. Look at my Becky, y'all.
Or the one
she's a part of the gynocracy, but she's white, so we ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna pretend like that ain't what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, there's somebody who said that. Yeah, Miss Yum Yum. Ain't she? Shout out to you, sis. Good to see you. There was a thriller. Yep. She's a thriller. They don't be worried about all that stuff. They don't give a damn about none of that political stuff and all that when it comes to white women. That's just the facts. Just call it what it is. See, I have more respect for the ones who just say, I hate black women. And anything a black woman does, I hate. I'd rather just say that than try to play these little mind games where, it's black feminism. No, it's anything a black woman does, okay? It don't matter what it is. Just call a spade a spade. Just call it as it is. You ain't got to do all that extra stuff. Well, these black women are ratchet. No, you just hate black women in general. And you're just whatever it is. Because what's so funny to me is like, people will take like something negative, and I was kind of speaking on this earlier. They will take something negative that like a black woman does or says and applies it to the entirety of the black community. Like for instance, I don't know what it was, but a black woman not too long ago, she had made some big discovery, like some big science. I know this is a terrible shot because I should know all the specifics, but she made like a big scientific discovery, right? These same dudes are not going to use that black woman as being representative of black women as a whole, right? They're not going to say, man, black women are so brilliant and intelligent and innovative and this, that, and the other. And see how this sister did this and this and this and that. But then they going to take something like Lizzo, okay? They going to take something like Lizzo and they going to use Lizzo as representative of the entirety of black women. That's just so funny to me. They only do it with negative things. They only do it with negative stories, with negative actions, with negative words. They never do it with anything positive that a black woman does. You had those black women, and it's been more than that, who quit their jobs, they're lawyers, they quit working for firms, they got together, they pooled their money and resources so that they could get brothers, black men out of prison. Black men that should not be in there. Either they shouldn't have been in there in the first place, or they had these brothers in there in these extreme sentences. And these black women came together, pooled their resources, their time to do this. And who will these dudes talk about? Kim Kardashian. You will never see them talk about these black women and apply that to the entirety of black women and say black women love black men. Black women support black men. Black women want the best for black men. Look at what these sisters did. Look at all these black men right here that they've been able to help get out of prison because of their hard work and their diligence and their intelligence. They're not going to use that to represent black women though. But let Lizzo, excuse my French, do some fuck shit, and it's black women's fault. Black women, y'all ain't out here doing a damn thing. Lizzo did that. If you're not gonna give me credit for what these sisters did, helping these brothers get out of prison, then don't try to put that bullshit on me. If you're not gonna represent us for positive, don't represent us for negative, period. And OJ, you said, see, oh y'all, this is, I'm gonna say this, and I'm really, for real, I'm gonna follow it because I'm not gonna get into this whole thing. But OJ just said some important things. He said something about they love Pookie, right? And then he said, the next comment was, they ain't doing that for educated brothers, LOL. See, this is the bullshit. Let me point this out to you. Because see, I ain't spoke on a lot of this stuff for real in a minute. But this is the bullshit that gets pulled. Newsflash. I want everybody to listen in this black sector, whoever. Newsflash. Pookie and Ray Ray are black men. Pookie and Ray Ray are black men. So cut the bullshit. If you want to, on one hand, claim black women don't love black men, black women don't do nothing for black men, black women hurt black men, they don't give a damn. But then turn around and say they love Pookie and Ray Ray. You're contradicting yourself because Pookie and Ray Ray are black men. So you're a damn lie-in if you say black women don't love black men, black women don't support black men, and then turn around and say they love Pookie. Oh, they don't do that for educated brothers. What the hell is that supposed to mean? And let's be very clear then. Most black men are not educated, okay? Let's make that clear. And when I say educated, I mean like degree holding, okay? A lot of our brothers are not degree holding. So in essence, that would mean that black women love most black men. Wouldn't that mean that? Wouldn't that mean that? See, so when they don't have the argument, see how he had to try to make something, he had to make a shift because there was no way he could get around me talking about black women who quit their jobs, pulled their money and did all of this just to help black men because he cannot get around that. Then he had to come with the bullshit that, quote, they love Pookie. Because see, it ain't nothing else he could say. What could you say? Because that's legitimately what these sisters did. But instead of you giving them props and respect for how this system has railroaded black men, you instead want to find another avenue. Oh, well, they don't do that for educated brothers. They did that for the brothers who need it the most, who don't have money for the lawyers, who don't have the status or the education to do certain things. They did it for those who need the most help. And our elders, Neely Fuller and Dr. Welsing, told us that we should destroy the system of racism, white supremacy, and replace it with a system of true justice where whoever needs the most help gets the most help. And that's what them sisters did, period. Fuck out of here. I'm so sick of that nonsense. It's a constant moving of the goalposts. Do we love black men or hate black men? Don't come to me with no Pookie bullshit. Because Pookie's a black man, whenever you get through. So if we love Pookie, then we love black men. Case closed.
Peace. We got love, wisdom on the panel. What's going on, sis? How are you? Give me 1 second. I'm running the kitchen. I'll be right back. Renee, hold me down.
Hey, sis, how you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing this evening?
Good. Just getting, girl, we had a snowstorm up here over the past day. So, you know, this inside is cold, but inside just in this winter weather or whatnot on here talking mess with Psycho. Well, things, you feel me? But talking about that. But yeah, sis, you have the floor.
Well, let me start with Umar, Dr. Johnson, and ribbon cutting ceremony, and I see a bunch of kids going inside that school. There is no school, okay? I had a lot of faith in Dr. Johnson, and I wanted the school to be built. He says a lot of things that are true. However, you know, we got to be real. Until we see it, it's not there. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what I have to say about
Psycho. Since we don't went off stream, see, Psycho time I run into the oh, you can live. Okay, we back on.
We back. Okay, we back. We're back. But that's all I pretty much had to say about you know, Dr. Umar. Until I see a ribbon cutting ceremony, the school don't exist. As far as Antonio Brown, It's like what Corey Holcomb said, when the money gets low, the hungriness shows. He's not making that money like he used to. Okay, the money is starting to dry up, and the Becky is snitching. That tells you all about her loyalty, so to speak. Number two, look, stay over there. Don't even come back here. Nobody's not beat for the whole prodigal son syndrome, where you high off the hog, you doing this and you doing that, but then when you can't play in the sandbox no more, you want to come home. No, stay right where you at. Stay right where you at. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me, what's his name? Lamar Odom. Like, when he was high hog, Lamar was with the Kardashians. When he was about to die at the Bunny Ranch, now he want to come back home. It's like, no, you stay over there. Stay over there. We don't need you to come back. And to the dudes that was caping and saying, oh my God, and la da da da. Look, you're always going to get a segment of black men, unfortunately, that no matter what the white woman do, he's going to cape for her. I don't even care about that at this point, because it just shows how some of our men operate. They don't care about black women. They'll protect the white woman. They'll do whatever it is they have to do to appease her. So I'm not even concerned about people like him. I'm concerned about the black men and black women that get together and want to build a family. He's never going to leave Becky because he got kids by this woman. So that's where his money is going to. Now she's snitching on him. Now he want to come home. No white women in 2020. Look, if it ain't black, put that motherfucker back. Stay right where you at, bro. You could date Asian women. You could date biracial women. You could date whatever type of women you want. Just don't come back here. Now, I do agree with OJ and Brandon L. You want to have black women that's going to take you back. Okay? You got a black woman that's engaged to Lamar Odom right now. Like, you will have some that... Huh?
I think, yeah, definitely.
Right. You're going to have some sisters that's going to date these type of men because, we have loyal black men. And some of these black men understand that. So this is why they do what they do, because they know when other races of women kick them out, we can always go back to black women because black women are going to wash us off and hug us and give us that energy until we get to the next pit stop. But it's up to black women to, we have to put our foot down and say, no, once you out, you stay out. Like no. We're not going to be going through this to where you don't want to be with us in the limelight, but then when they kick you out the sandbox, you want to come home. No, if you can't take us when we're struggling, then don't take us at all. We can't be the pit stop. We can't be your ego booster, and when you get all re-energized, fuck you bitches, I'm going back over there. I will give Tiger Woods and OJ Simpson respect. Wanna know why? Because they stayed out. OJ went to jail. He came out. The first thing the juice did was take pictures with a bunch of white women. Tiger Woods got out that trouble. He went right to white women. I can respect them for doing that. But all this flip-flopping back and forth, you being disrespectful, then when you can't play no more, it's, oh, sister, let's come on back home. No, I wouldn't want any black man or any black woman to go through that with anybody. It's either you in or you not. It's either you with the people or you not for the people. That's just how I put it. You know what I mean? One more thing. It kind of, it kind of goes back to, Patrick Patterson. Black women are bulldogs. We're all of these things, but I guarantee you when that white woman dump him, he gonna be sitting up here saying, yeah, you know, we got to bring the black family together. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you know, I'm ready to come home. And it's like, no, I don't care who you date. You can date outside of your race. You grown. That's your business. But stop disrespecting your own people to do it. Like, come on. Like, you really think those other group of people going to respect you when you shit on your own people just to appease them? Just be authentic if that's what you want to do. And, you know, the last part with the Spanish chick, man, look, niggas dumb. I'm sorry, niggas dumb. Look, if you in the Dominican Republic, you in Colombia, you in Brazil, not shitting on them, but let's be real, they're not like a first world country. You understand what I'm saying? It's right. Like these people are like upper middle class. Y'all are trying to fuck women who live in the favelas, man. You're not fucking no high price escort who gonna charge you $1,000 just to walk up and down the street with her. Yep. You getting women that's downtrodden who trying to feed their family for the next couple of days. Of course you gonna be her Wakandan king. Of course she gonna cater to your needs. She will eat your shit if she could, so she can feed her family. That's the game. That's the trick. Same way when you go to the strip club. She gonna sit on your lap and have a conversation with you, pour your bottle, cause she trying to get that tip. This ain't some old I'm with you because I really think something can form between us. I'm trying to make this money because my family gotta eat. And the sad part about it is, for some of these prostitutes, these are child prostitutes. Like, parents be selling these kids out for money. You know what I mean? Who's to say that Colombian girl, her mom and her daddy ain't selling her out there in the streets so they can eat?
She could have, I don't know. She said she was like 20, 21 or something like that. She could have been lying, who knows? But that's what she said. That's what she said, though. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, a little, you know, you overdevelop, a little makeup can make anybody look a little older than what they are. But the point being is that you got this idea that you internationally tricking. No. Like, these chicks will make you feel like a king any day because they trying to get that money. And y'all ain't even trying to marry these foreign women. That's the funny part. So is this really about you trying to find love and appreciation outside the community? Or is this just about lust? This just about you soiling your royal oats on some coming to America shit? Is that what this really is about? Because you ain't trying to marry these women. You ain't trying to build nothing with these women. You always talk about, oh, they look good, man. These women be looking good, man. These women up here, man, they can make a nigga feel like he's something. But you don't never say nothing about, you know, you love her kindness, you love her intellect. It's always something physical. So my question is this really about you as a black man trying to find love and trying to be with somebody who truly appreciates you? Or is this a dick measuring contest? You see what I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't make sense. And it makes black men look fucked up out here in these streets. Like, it's embarrassing to see these dudes be salivating over these women. It's sad because if you go to their country, they men will kill you. Like, hey, you got 20 minutes. Fucker, do whatever you gotta do. But if you do anything else, I'ma kill you. And that's how it be. So it's like, what is this really? Like, you're confirming the stereotypes of the big black group, of the Mandingo. That's what they're looking at you as, because that's how you come across. They're saying, oh, fuck black women, fuck these ugly bitches. These bitches ain't about nothing. But the minute something go down, it's these big fat ugly bitches that's coming to your defense though. Make it make sense to me. Black women not loyal, but when y'all get shot, black women out there on the front lines arguing with the police on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? You got a sister right now, her whole check went on her man's books. You know what I mean? It's a mother who tired all day for going up and down county to see her son going to get home. You got a sister, right? You got sisters out there now who done drove the federal, who drove the state with their kids to see their daddy. What you talking about this loyalty? It's sisters right now taking care of niggas who ain't got no job. Just came in on the dick and the PS4. That's all he got. Using her bandwidth to talk shit about her. And she taking care of him. Make this sense. Make this make sense to me. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, I understand that we got some community that's fucked up. I know. Some women out here ain't shit. I get all that. But come on, man. Come on, for real. Like, anything black women do is a problem. It's a problem. These bitches think about nothing. They be able to, but the least like now, don't no black woman want no white. I think it was what's his name? Ted. Bumped all that and gave you the real numbers of how many of these black women dating out and how many of these black men going after black women. Like, come on with the bullshit.
I've done it many a time. Yep.
It's like, why are you disrespecting your own women just to appease other groups of people? Like, if you want to date out, that's fine. Nobody's dick policing you. Well, technically, the white boy is dick policing you because the white boys had laws against you for even looking at the white woman. Okay? Your gripe should be with the white boy dick policing you, telling you can't fuck his woman. Not black women. Not black women. We have never dick policed you because as we're doing a horrible job, but that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? You can date the family dog, that's you, but like, we gotta stop this disrespect. Even with black women too. If the black man don't do it for you, that's okay, sis, man. Go be happy and do what you gotta do. But this constant campaign against, well, the men ain't shit. The men ain't about nothing. Well, the black women ain't shit. Like, with other races of people, they look at that as disloyalty. Because if you're going to date me, come at me on some real shit and date me because you like me. And you truly see us together. Not because you can't stand your race. And these people do it because they don't like blackness. But then they want the black community to come help them out. Where the non-black people knock them across the room. The non-black women get them arrested. Hey, man, we need the community to come help us, man. And I'll tell you plain, nope. What happens to you from here on out, they are responsible for doing that. Not over here. We can't afford to do it. We can't afford to do it. Nobody's policing your dick. Nobody's policing your pussy. You grown. Just don't disrespect your own people to do it. Antonio Brown, look, man, my nigga, go on, stay over there, man. Go on, stay over there. Don't say no white women in 2020. But Renee and Psycho, did you see the responses though? You see the responses? Not from the black man that was kissing his ass. From the white people. The white people really thought something was wrong with him because he didn't want to deal with white women.
Oh, really?
Oh, the white people, and it was like, oh, he ain't changed since he got that hit over the head. Like, what? Racist? Oh my God. But see, I understood why they did that though.
Right, because they women are supposed to be on a pedestal. Everybody is supposed to want a white woman.
Right. And on top of that, you gotta look at the amount of money that may not be going back to that community if he is truly serious about this. That money stops. You know? So it is.
It went offline.
Yeah, I was trying to come back.
You know, that, I mean, that's pretty much all I had to say. Like, it's just, Antonio, you said bye, Becky. I will say hi to Chun-Li. Shit. Say hi to Lupe, but you can't come back here.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Y'all absolutely right. It's going to be black women that take them back, but no problem, you know, because black women are very loyal. But I also think that the situation with Antonio Brown is interesting because what happens, I think, with a lot of these dudes, the specific ones who are either swirling or they want to swirl, is that they put other races of women, especially white women, on pedestals, right? So they put them on pedestals, because the white woman is supposed to be everything. She's supposed to be the standard of beauty. She's supposed to be the standard of femininity. She's supposed to be the standard of the best mother and the best wife and the best teacher and all of these types of things. So a lot of black men who've never been around white women and white people, they tend to put them on pedestals. So what happens is, when these particular dudes get in these relationships with white women, then they find out. Now they find out the real deal about white women. And they find out how crazy and neurotic they are. They find out how they're always the victim. They find out how manipulative, how nasty and nasty they can be, how rude they can be, how insensitive to race and racial issues they truly are. They don't give a damn about how their families are, the nasty type of shit that they do that black people don't participate in like that black women wouldn't be doing. Most black women, I'm gonna say, they find out all of these things. Oh, then they find out about that white woman nagging. They find out about that white woman can't cook. Or she don't cook, she put it in the microwave. They find all of this stuff out. That's why the divorce rate is so much higher with black men and white women. It's because black men have been taught and fed, and black women, black people in general, have been taught and fed in programs that white women are up here. They're in the ivory tower, and they're to be protected and respected to the utmost. And black people have been fed that. We've been programmed that. So once they get in real deal, everyday relationships with these people, and they marry to them, they see the truth, it's a shock to the system. So divorce rates are high for all racial categories and couplings. However, the black man, white woman divorce rate is over 60+% higher than black men and black women's divorce rate, and it's double the divorce rate of white men and white women. So you have to then ask a question. If you are marrying these women who, and I've heard some of these dudes say this, that white women are better suited for black men. That white women, like I said, are all these positive things. They're submissive, they don't talk back, all of that kind of stuff. If you are marrying your perfect woman, or damn near perfect woman, your ideal woman who does everything you want her to do. She does every nasty sexual thing possible. She does it all. She has real hair. Don't forget that. She has real hair. So if you're marrying this woman, why are y'all divorcing so much? And not only do y'all divorce more, significantly more than everybody else, your length of marriage is way shorter than everybody else prior to divorce. So why is that? If these women are so great, why are y'all divorcing? If y'all in the marriage, that means it's the husband and wife together. Black women ain't got nothing to do with that. That has to go on with what's happening in your home, or what's happening between the two of you. Y'all made it through the dating stage or whatever. So what happened? See, because they will always look for an angle to blame black women. But you can't put this on black women. So somebody would have to explain that, how these great women who are perfect, who are much better suited for black men, who have real hair and are submissive and don't talk back and don't have nasty attitudes like black women, why are y'all divorcing so much? Why are these marriages not lasting? What's happening here? What's going on? Shouldn't Antonio Brown be with this amazing white woman he's got these 3 biracial boys with? Why he ain't marry her? What's going on? These women are everything.
That's a good question. Because I mean, if the thing is, the purpose of you dating out is because you want something new, you want something fresh, and this person is better. You know, I never understood that with black men or black women who date out. You know, if these people are so good, then why are you still talking about your home race? Like, if a black woman dates a white man, I don't expect her to say anything about black men. Like, your focus should be on the white boy, because that's who you say is the better deal. So you should be living your best life with the white boy, right? He protects you. He puts you on a pedestal. He has money. So you shouldn't have to want for anything, right? Same thing with black men. Like, oh, you know, white women are more feminine, and white women are so much better. And, you know, white women, they know they validate me as a man. Okay. So why do you still talk about black women if this white woman is so great? I don't get it. And what it just seems to me that you're not in these IR relationships for love. You are in these IR relationships because it validates your existence. Because you look to white people as the creme de la creme, the validation of who you are as a black man or a black woman. And it also goes back to slavery. Like, the first experience of a black man and a black woman outside of their race is with white people. And it's like Stockholm syndrome. You know, black men and black women, when they do date out, 9 out of 10, it's with a white person, not with nobody else. It's with a white person. That's their first person they've been with outside of the race, willingly or unwillingly. And that's who they gravitate to, because the white person knows them more based on slavery, based on Jim Crow into the present. I don't see how you can procreate and marry and be intimate with anybody that has a history of genocide on your people, brutality against your people, mockery of your people, the blatant disrespect of your people, and you still find a way to be in bed with these people. That's sick. I couldn't do it. I don't know how people do it, but that's your business. But it's like, I can't see that. Like, if this was 1942, you know how many black men would have been hung on social media today if it was 1942? If you say something nice about a white woman, hang this nigga tonight, because he ain't supposed to say nothing about this white woman. You even breathe in a white woman's presence, you'd have been dead just like that. But today, something wrong with you because you don't want to be with no white woman. What? Or something wrong with you because you still in love with black men. Huh? Do y'all not realize the history of what these people have done to us and still do today? But it's like, well, it ain't all white people. But then when it comes to us, it's all of us. It's sick. It's real sick. Like, if you want to date out, just date out. Just date out, man. Be happy. Do whoever you want to do it. Just leave the rest of us alone. And that's what they can't and won't do. Like, look, man, just, all right, man, go ahead. Go ahead. Date whoever you want to date, man. Go ahead. But then you come back and still talk shit about your own people. Why you can't just leave us alone? Oh, the community. Well, leave us alone in the community. Blackistan. Excuse me. Leave us alone in Blackistan. Leave us alone. Like, why do you continue to bother us? Like, leave us alone. We don't care. We don't care. We really don't care. And
they just troll. At that point, they're just trolling, right?
They're just trolling. They really don't give a fuck. Just leave us alone and let us do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Throwing your white woman in our faces is not going to make black women jealous. That's one thing I really have to hit home. I know we have some sisters who have low self-esteem. I understand that. I get it. And some black women do feel some type of way when it comes to white women and black men. I get it. All right. But please let it be known, black women are not jealous of white women at all. It is the exact opposite. Okay. These women are getting their bodies built like black women. These women out here twerking, dancing. Black women ain't doing no river dance, okay? Black women are not waltzing. Black women ain't doing the country line. We ain't doing none of that. But who doing the Millie Wop? Who doing all that but them? But them. It's not us. We're not jealous. We just want them to leave us alone. If we're inferior, why are you tanning? Why are you putting braids in your hair and locks in your hair and cornrows? If we're so inferior, if we're so ugly, we look like apes and monkeys, then why would you try to look like an ape and a monkey? Leave me alone. Now I know, let me just moonwalk into the weave conversation because I know that's the next thing. Well, y'all go out here and put on wigs and straight hair to look like white women. Excuse me. Black women have been wearing weaves since Egypt. Look it up. Black women been wearing weaves since Egypt. And the women of Egypt did not have low self-esteem. That was a headdress. We've been wearing weaves since Kemet. You want to know where white people got the wigs from? Egypt. You go to the high courts in Britain, they got this little wig with the little crimp stuff. They modeled that after the Sphinx. They are the original culture vultures. That's not us. Okay, that's not us. We're not jealous of white women. We're not jealous of Asian women. We're not jealous. They are trying to look like us. They're putting fillers in their lips. Asian women don't even like themselves. They're getting their eyes fixed. You ever seen Psycho and Renee family? Check out them Asian makeup tutorials. When I tell you the devil is alive with that makeup, the devil is a L-I-E with that makeup. Watch them Asian women. Them Asian women will turn to a whole complete person in 15 minutes. You thought that was Chun-Li. That bitch was Shang Tsung before she became Chun-Li. That's what they do. Check it out. The Asian women don't even like herself. Okay, so we're not jealous of white women. Please don't bring that here. We're not jealous. We're not jealous. Okay? Date them. If you love them, go ahead, man. Do what you got to do, man. If you love the white boy, go ahead and date the white boy. Black men are, black men not jealous of white men. They're not. They're not. They are the original culture vultures. Now, I'm pissed off that our people will let them in and invite them to the cookout and invite them to the buffet. I get mad at that because we created country music, but they won't let black people in country music. Okay? We can't do no river dance. We can't do none of that. We can't do none of that. But we let them in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad part because when they come in, they take everything out. You know what I'm saying? So, OJ, check it out, OJ. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Check it out with Egypt and wigs. Like, it's the truth. It ain't to justify nothing. It's the truth. These other people are the original culture vultures. It's not us. It's not us. But they will lead you to believe that we don't have no culture. We ain't got nothing. Right, somebody made a good point in those big booty dresses in the 1800s. Perfect. Exactly. During the Victorian era. So, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. These people suffer from Stockholm syndrome. These people, if you want to date out, date out. Stop disrespecting your people. Just do it. And when something happens to you, don't come back over here talking about we need your help. No, we good over here, man.
Well,
right, Black Fifth. They out there getting afros with that sponge, them Chinese boys. Come on now. Big J, that's Darius Rucker. That's one black guy compared to how many white people in country music. I know about Darius Rucker. Even I think what's that group? Who's in the Blowfish?
He was from Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah.
We know that. That's one out of how many? You know the Hell Nas X? That song he did with Billy Ray Cyrus, he want to put that in country.
Billy Ray Cyrus had to get on it to give it some legitimacy.
Yeah.
White people.
Right. Right. You know, let's keep it real, man.
But
thank you, bro. Just like the Cash Me Outside girl. There you go. There you go. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, Monica.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had seen something crazy the other day. This guy, I seen this black dude that it was work the other day, and I seen this black dude with a sweatshirt on, and then I was trying to read it. It said pro-black something, and then it said something else. So I noticed when he was walking, he kind of looked, and you know how you make eye contact with somebody. He seen me look down at his shirt, so he was kind of turned slanted a little bit, and I seen the shirt said pro-black, anti-bullshit. Because when I seen the pro-black part, I said, "Oh Lord, what's the rest of it say?" You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, let me see. So I saw that it said pro-black, and then it said under it said anti-bullshit. So I'm like, okay, you know, I just really didn't say nothing. I was talking to somebody else, but I peeped it out. I'm like, okay. And then next thing I know, I see him standing there holding a purse, and I see a white girl standing there putting her coat on. So here he is with a white girlfriend wearing a sweatshirt that says pro-black, anti-bullshit. And I'm like, what? Like, what world are we living in that where you as a black man even have enough, you got enough guts to even put on a sweatshirt that has pro-black on it, and you with a girl? And what world, like, what status are black people at where you would even feel comfortable wearing that out publicly with a baby on your arm? And he saw me look down at the shirt, and as he kind of was turned slanted, and then once the girl came out, he looked back at me. And I was just looking like, wow, really?
Because I bet you he believes he can make a black baby with that Becky.
I'm like, this blew my mind. You wear this out to a public event. You got on this damn sweatshirt with a white bitch on your arm. Where are you pro-black? Pro-black where? And then, cause see, them white girls, they put these black dudes on blast publicly when black men are around. Cause see, what happens is, a lot of times the guys, they either look at you and look away real quick, or what they'll do is they'll either try to walk up ahead of the white girl, or they'll walk all the way behind the white girl to try to get some distance and play it off. Oh, I've had them do all kind of little tricks and all kind of little stunts. And what happens a lot of times is the white girl will be like, Tyrell, here, can you hold my son? Oh, Tyrell, did you get my phone out of the car? See, the white girls put them on blast, see. Then they be like, damn. Because, see, you want to get past the black girls. You want to get past them just like, okay, I ain't really with her. I'm just walking in. She's somewhere around me, right? But then Becky or Brittany or whatever, Sarah, she gonna call your ass out and be like, Tyrell, Jaquan, come here. And it's like, they be like, damn, girl, just let me get here. Oh no, Brittany, I was saying, I seen this guy with a sweatshirt on, the other day, a black dude, and he had a shirt on that said pro-black, anti-bullshit. And next thing you know, because he was standing there waiting on somebody to come out the women's restroom, who was it but a white girl? He's got a white girlfriend, and he's sitting up with a pro-black sweatshirt on. Where they do that at? I guess here where I live. I guess that's where they do that at. I mean, really? So yeah, that blew my mind when I saw that. That blew my damn mind. But yeah, these black dudes, honey, they be trying to look the other way, go the other way, make some separation, give some space between them and the white girl. Oh, they be trying to pull all kind of tricks. And I'm thinking, you with her? You came out in public with her, just deal with it. But see, they're okay if they around like white people and stuff, if they're around other black men and other races of people. They're more okay with that. But they know when they see a black woman, they know that there's a level of judgment there that's coming from most black women. Like white people will judge them too, but it hits more at home because, you know, they are black men. So it's a level of judgment there that, y'all, we supposed to be shutting this down in like 15 minutes or so, or pretty soon. So, just so you know, I seen what Chaos said, but
what a coincidence.
No, it ain't no coincidence. Do you want a screenshot of the text messages before you was anywhere in the mix?
Not really, but I just said, I just said it's a coincidence. That's all I said.
Well, get your little rocks off.
Oh, I was actually gonna say, I said what you said before. What you're currently saying, I said that before. You guys kind of pushed back on it. Black dudes usually are ashamed that they're with a white woman, even a lot of times when she's attractive. Like usually they don't be parading her around and all this stuff. They usually put their head down, and it's because they feel some type of way, like, oh damn, I couldn't get a. Some of them do. Some of them, feel like quote unquote judgment or whatever, and some of them feel like, oh damn, I couldn't get a black woman. I kind of failed, even though that's not necessarily because you can't get a woman, you're not necessarily a failure, but like that's how they feel. Like, and it's because they still like black women. At the end of the day, most black dudes want to be with a black woman. That's natural and that's normal. But like I said, if you, in some cases, you just not gonna be compatible with a lot of black women, with most of the black women in your area sometimes, and that's just how it is sometimes. Now, on the other hand, when I see, and what's funny, because Black Ram, he was talking about this earlier. When you see a black chick out with a white dude, she'll make eye contact with you, trying to let you know, like, nigga, I got a white dude. Like, I'm out here stunting with my white man. Like, I'm clearly better than you. So it's a total different mindset. That's why y'all be like, man, y'all be making kind of differences sometimes, but sometimes there are differences. Like, dude, no shame. Like, she be proud, like super proud. And a lot of times they be attractive, but a lot of times, this is another myth that I'm gonna start cracking. A lot of times they be bottom shelf Brad be with some fat sloppos. They don't always get the finest black women. Sometimes they be with some sloppy, funny looking, out of shape, bad built black women. They don't always be with the baddies with the big butts. So they don't really be with the chicks with the big butts anyway. They more prefer the skinnier black chicks. But they don't always be with the fine skinny ones either. Sometimes they be with the damn fat ones. So and that just is what it is.
No response. Okay.
Well,
got quiet.
I mean, because at the end of the day, oh damn, my damn. Oh.
My thing is just to say to what you said, I think there's some truth in what you said. I'm not disagreeing with that. And I've never really said that black men parade white women around. I've never said that. Online they do, okay? Online. Now that's how these dudes talk when they on these different sectors. They parade white women in that sense. But like I said, a lot of times when you are a Black woman, you see Black men out, and they'll be looking at you and kind of play it off and stuff like that.
I would say more times than not that I would say the situation that OJ is talking about with the Black dudes that put their heads down, and it's a shame whenever they get around Black women. They're usually in proximity of a lot of other Black people, like they probably in the hood or some shit like that or whatever. Like maybe they brought a Becky around the hood and they looking, they kind of ashamed or whatever. But I feel like that's probably not the case when it's like when they're in proximity of a lot of other white people or mixed couples or whatever. They feel a little bit more, they'll feel a little bit more comfortable in those scenarios than scenarios where it's like mainly Black people and they kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. Then they kind of feeling like embarrassed.
Now, what I will point out though is something that Brother Sanchez said this the other day. Now, because Renee just said sometimes around Black dudes, they probably don't feel that way. Now, what I will say is that some Black dudes will give them props for being with a non-Black woman sometimes. And a lot of times, and I gotta say it because y'all try to be making Pookie and Ray Ray the beacon of Black pride. It's in the hood a lot of times when you see them giving props for having a non-Black woman, where they'll be like, "Oh, damn, you got you a snow bunny," or "Damn, you got like." That's where it happens at. And that now out here, it's kind of more normal though, like to see Black dudes with non-Black women. So a lot of dudes in the hood in general, they like Mexican chicks, like, and that's why it's funny. Like y'all be like, "Oh man, all the dudes who can't get like, oh man, all these dudes can't get Black women." Well, Blueface, he got a damn Mexican baby mama, and she a regular like she below regular, and he a damn tall, like the nigga was a star athlete. Like even before he was a rapper, he was a star athlete, and that's who he was with. So like a lot of times these so-called Pookie type dudes, they be with Mexican chicks or white chicks or whatever. So those the ones y'all really need to be getting on, because those are the ones y'all like. So if they getting with them, then what do you have to say?
I just want to clarify something. I don't make all these distinguishments between Pookie and Ray Ray and whoever is supposed to be, because honey, anybody can be in these categories at any given time. And a lot of these dudes that's supposed to be educated lanes are not even educated. So I don't even go by these little Black YouTube terms or manosphere term or whatever. I don't even go.
Educated lame is just a catch-all. It's just a catch-all. That's all it is. That mean anybody that's not a Pookie, because like I'm not. I always say I'm not educated at all. Hell, so.
But you don't distinguish the difference between the hoes and the women that aren't hoes. You don't really distinguish them. You kind of just say Black women.
Who you talking about, me specifically?
Yeah, you.
Well, I say, I mean, I'm on here all the time. I say all women are treacherous. I don't make a distinguishing between whether, like how y'all trying to say.
To her point, you always distinguish the difference between Black men, though.
And I pointed out that there's different stratifications for the most part in Black male, society, as opposed to Black female society. I can go up to the highest level, PhD. And she's still gonna be watching Real Housewives. Hell, the damn doctor chicks gonna be on Real Housewives. Like they the ones that's gonna be doing the ratchet stuff. Some damn chicks with some PhDs and stuff. Whereas, wait, let me finish.
Because I don't even watch.
That's not BS. You one person. You one person. All the my girlfriend has tons of clients that come through. They be educated. They be all types of everything from every walk of life. All types of. They be married a lot. And wait. Let me finish. A lot of them be married to ballers, like real actual ballers, like people in the NFL, people who do all types of stuff. And they be wait. Let me finish. They be the same type of people as I can go to Imperial Courts. I can go to Avalon Gardens. I could go to what's some other projects? I go to Jordan Downs. I think Jordan Downs got torn down, but I can go any projects and find the same stuff that's on their TV that's on this lady TV. I can go find the same. I could go to Instagram. I could go down their Instagram. I could find them following the same chicks that the other chicks are following. So it's less stratification. That's all I'm saying. That's the truth. Like, it is what it is.
So let me speak, because I listen to you. I'm not about to do this. Because, see, this is bullshit right here. This is complete bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, watching a particular television show does not determine your total mentality. It's plenty of people that may watch Love and Hip Hop and other different stuff, and they don't act like that. They don't behave like that. It's entertainment to them. It's ridiculousness to them. Just like people will drive by and look at a damn car wreck and look at a car accident. Like, people will watch a lot of different things. I'm pretty sure among all these different black men you talking about, a bunch of them probably watch sports. The so-called catch-alls watch sports.
Sports is different.
Let me finish. The so-called catch-alls watch sports. The so-called Pookie and Ray Rays watch sports. Y'all watch the catch-alls watch porn. The Pookie and Ray Rays watch porn. Y'all watch a lot of the things that men watch. All different varieties of men watch. So if you're talking about things like the housewives shows, they've got all the housewives of all different places. It ain't just the housewives of Atlanta. It's of Orange County and everywhere else where it's white women. And all stratifications of white women watch that.
Yeah, all bras are treacherous. That's what that falls into.
Finish. So don't come to me when no TV show is now supposed to be representative of different varieties of black women. That's bullshit. Just as there are different stratifications of black men, it is for black women. And black women are not one thing, but black men are all these different categories, right? But black women are just one thing. That's bullshit. That's a lie. You just talking to be talking, as you always do. Find some way and angle to come at black women. It always has to
be. It is what it is. That's why I can go. That's why the same chicks who come on and look. See, I live in LA, so you can't. You can't do the you can't you can't do the nasally voice poetry. You can't do that on me. You can do that on other niggas, but you can't do that on me.
Let me finish. I don't care where you at. Period. I don't give a damn if you live in Antarctica. It's different types of black women, like it's different types of black men, white women, white men, Asian women, Asian men. That's bullshit to sit up here and try to lump black men in one category off of a damn TV show. But black men have a variety. Man, get out of there with that. All you do is find angles to come at black women and disrespect black women no matter what the topic is. Just like you found a way in this situation. You found a way to remix back around to addressing black women. When we were talking about what the stuff Dr. Umar said about interracial relationships, talking about Antonio Brown with the white girl thing and how a lot of dudes was pissed about that, but you will always find a way to maneuver back around to black women. I'm done. I'll pass the mic. I got nothing else to say about it. You carry on.
I was addressing the point that you was making, that you made right before I came on. Okay. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. No matter what you say, no matter how you say it, it's always categorized as something negative. All I'm saying is the truth. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, you can say, oh, it's all these different, and there are, there's quote unquote different types. But all I'm saying is that there's less stratification than with black dudes. And that's literally across the board. It's less stratification in white dudes. White females. It's less stratification in Asian. All females are less stratified than their male counterparts. That just is what it is. Like, females really, they don't have no, for the most part, they don't have no hobbies. They don't have no damn interests outside of interests. You can go look at anything, and girls' hobbies, they're gonna be, I like shopping, I like this, I like Instagram, like they all like the same stuff. It's not like, oh man, I want to be I like collecting rocks. Like, you're not gonna find no chicks that like collecting rocks. You're not gonna find no chicks that's really now anime. You'll find some chicks that's in the anime right now because it's more popular. But if it was like 10 years ago, You couldn't find no chicks out that watch Dragon Ball Z. You couldn't find no chick. And Dragon Ball Z is like not really considered like true anime because it's like, I mean, it's anime, but it's like mainstream. And you find a chick that watched that back then. So, I mean, I'm just being real.
I mean, most of the black girls that watch that type of stuff, not all, but most aren't in. They
That's
get
true.
that stuff because they get that type of stuff because they grew up probably around non-black people and everything else. That's probably how I got into that stuff. Not saying black people ain't into that. It's just not. It's something that's really prevalent in our community.
No,
like,
but see, but the thing is, black
all,
are into that. A lot of black dudes are into that. See, and that's the point I'm making.
Some are.
That's the point I'm making.
It's not that it's predominantly not a black thing. Anime is not predominantly a black thing. Like you got some black people that are into it, but man, it's mainly black dudes that you're probably talking about, and most of them are squirrels.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And that's the point I'm. That's the point I'm making. Like you can find it.
You tell me most of these anime guys. You tell me
a lot of them
go around on YouTube and find them black dudes that are in the anime. These aren't swirlers or potential swirlers.
I don't even like the term swirlers, but because that term was specifically made by Crystal.
Well, I don't want to get worse.
It don't matter. It don't matter. But yeah, what I will get is that a lot of those dudes do be worshiping the style Asian chicks. So I'm not gonna say that they're not. But what I am gonna say is that a lot of those dudes like black women. A lot of the dudes want black women. Like a lot of the dudes, like you can find a dude who's in the freaking debate club. He like black women usually. But what black chick is really gonna be with a dude that's in the club? Like what black chick is gonna be with a dude who's obsessed?
On average, black women are attracted to geeks because geek culture isn't really.
And see, and how a dude notice you put a debate club dude as a geek, but how we don't even know if he a geek or not. We just know he's intelligent. And that's what I'm saying. Anime is more geek culture.
Wait. They call themselves geeks. Like that's
debaters. I don't think debaters like a dude on the debate team.
I'm not talking about debates. I was talking about the
anime dude. Yeah, anime dude. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I'm not gonna disagree with that because that's true.
Right.
But that's the point I'm making. And what's wrong with being with a geek? Like a nigga that's a geek is gonna be usually he gonna be into some kind of science and he gonna be making a lot of money a lot of times.
Girls are bored with geeks. Let's just keep it.
See, now we bringing something out. We bringing something out.
A female, and it doesn't have to be a Pookie part that y'all get fucked up. Y'all make it seem like it's only about Pookie and Ray Ray. Females just want to be interested, They want to be, they want some type of excitement. They want somebody who's interested. They want somebody who stimulate them via just looks. They want motherfucker who's ugly. I ain't gonna say that, but they want motherfucker who's just interesting, just somebody who brings some type of excitement. They want something, they don't want nobody to sit around and just sit on the TV, sit in front of the computer playing video games all day and just that third ignoring them, and that's boring. Like girl, but bored quick. That's
if you good looking, they'll be with you.
Girls in that type of situation usually go cheat on their boyfriend to go find it because they looking for some type of excitement and they not getting it there. They not getting it at home.
Let me see, because you said something about interesting and you said excitement. Now, if you said you like comic books yourself, so if you talk to a dude that's a quote unquote, you guys are having an interesting conversation, right? Probably an exciting conversation, right?
Yeah, but ain't no girls going.
I'm just see what I'm. That's exactly what I'm saying. See, now we peeling back the layers. See, it's not about necessarily.
But wait. I'm not gonna be interested in no conversation with two girls talking about hair and makeup and weed and all that shit. I'm gonna be bored out of my fucking mind. I'm like, I'll be back a little later.
No, but what I'm pointing out is that these dudes are they just not interested to chicks. But these are interesting dudes. A lot of these dudes are real rounded. What it is, you gotta kind of dumb yourself down, man. Like I learned that when I was a kid. When I was like probably like 17 or 18, you gotta have some bullshit to talk about. I remember I did this specific to have something to talk about with chicks. I started watching that show Bad Girls Club, and that's a good show, low key. But
Man,
but
you know,
I
mean,
started doing that specifically because
reality TV. I started watching reality TV back ex of mine. You know, like sharing the TV. You know, you find some kind of medium at certain points, and
yeah,
it
that's
ended up
true.
being reality TV. So you know, but yeah, once we broke up, I haven't watched that shit since because it wasn't really my.
Exactly. Like, but the thing is, I was like, damn, like I like, you know, these bros, they like me, but I don't be having nothing to talk to them about because they talk about. So I was like, damn, let me, you know, get to their culture, they dumb culture. But that's what you gotta do. Like, and do you really think that should be necessary? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, if a dude doesn't want to do that, then it's lame. Like, it doesn't make you lame if you don't want to watch no show.
Wait a second, my connection's struggling. Say it again.
I'm saying, does that make you lame because somebody would want to go to that extent to have something to talk about females?
Does that make you a lame? Does that make you a lame because you would go to that extent?
No, you wouldn't want to go to that.
If you're doing that just to females, then you're a lame. But
no. What I'm saying, no. This is what I'm saying. Is it lame not to say, hey, I want to dumb myself down and do something specifically to have to talk about to females with? And the show is entertaining, so you know, whatever. But the thing is, why should somebody do that? Now, see me, I'm more of a. I'm like, look, if this is what I gotta do, then you know it don't matter to me as long as it don't compromise my principles that I have in myself. As long as it don't compromise, I don't care. That's why, like I say, I got an iPhone. Like I don't even like the iPhone, but it's
we talk about getting the girl. We talk about keeping them because now you talking about trying to keep the girl.
I'm just saying both. It's a combination. Like you gotta be, you know, you be smashing them and then, but you want to smash like a bunch of times, or you just want to have them call, you know, in the rotation. So you gotta do. So that's what you gotta do. So,
oh boy. I mean,
listen, what you gotta do is just be you first and foremost, right? Wait. That's
a lie.
Don't get me wrong. Now, if all you care about is pussy, yeah, you could be somebody else if all you care about is pussy and everything else is that third. But if you're looking for something solid, you gotta be you. Right? You gotta be you. So this is what you're looking for. If you're just looking for pussy, then yeah, go ahead and just lie your ass off because people look at just for sex always lying to you. Y'all both lying to each other, trying to get something from each other. So go ahead and do you. But I wouldn't advise it. But do you try to find something solid? You gotta be you. You gotta be you because you don't want that whole switching up and everything else and. You know, have her thinking she got one thing and it's really something else, and then you end up in a fucked up ass toxic relationship that end up going to shit because she's upset because she had one thing and and the same thing vice versa. Girl should keep the buck with him. He don't want a relationship with her. He got a housewife and he really got a hoe. You know, people need to be upfront with each other when you're looking for a relationship, right? Now, if you're just looking just to get it in. And you're just looking for Netflix and chill, then none of that other shit I just said matters, you know, because y'all looking for something completely different. So, like I said, it all depends on what it is you actually. But this
is the thing. This is the thing, man. Because you say be real. Now, if a dude, let's be real. If a dude who is quote unquote not interesting, how many black chicks are gonna be with a dude? And the dude is just regular average. Like he's not. Like me, you know, like me, I could say anything, you know, I could be in anything and they gonna like me, but that's different. A regular, like a dude, let's say he 5'8", is regular dude, freaking, you know, 5'8", 150 pounds, not super well dressed, but dressed normal, like a normal dude, just not super fly or nothing, just a normal dude who is into, let's say, just into his studies. And and sometimes he watch anime. I'm not even saying he an anime geek. I'm just saying, like, you know, he probably prefer to watch, you know,
he likes to watch
that like, or he you know, he likes Star Wars or something, like just like a regular dude that's not necessarily like he not really even into hip hop. He might listen to alternative music. Like he listening or some grunge or something. He might be listening to some Blink 182 or some or maybe even Nirvana. A black dude probably be like let's say that type of black dude. How many black chicks
most girls ain't gonna be
are
interested in that guy because that's too much. See, all right, like a female is cool with guys having interests, right? Like you mentioned how I'm into superhero shit and this, that, and third. That's cool and everything else, but I'm not a motherfucker who's going to force her to watch Star Trek and Star Wars and all this other anything else because I don't really give a fuck about that shit. You know, like I got my little interest right here. That's what I do over here, and that's not a 24-hour thing. It's just something I do, you know, something I'm into on the side that I watch and everything else. And you know, I don't even read the shit no more, but I do watch the movies and the shows and stuff. And you know, some of the shows she could actually probably get into. Some of those shows actually is built. You know, it's like, especially you talking about like these CW shows, like these shits are actually more built for women, to be honest with you, than dudes. But so you know, like you got that over here, but if she ain't into that, that's cool, you know. And then I got my other thing, like, you know, but it's certain things where it's a give and take, right? There's certain things like, you know, like I feel like a girl.
Well, you're a rapper though, so it's kind of different even then because you're a rapper. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like that's totally different. Being a rapper actually have a certain status, but just a regular dude, like, see, like that's why I'm saying a regular, like a dude that's not tall, just a regular guy. Like, what black chick is really gonna be with him? Like, a lot of these dudes on the manosphere, they just regular dudes. Like, they not know.
I mean, they could find a wallflower. What it is, they can't find the girl that they want.
No. See, this is the thing though, because the wallflower chicks, they want the cool dude too. That's how you ever watch I mean, I know you say they movies. So basically, and that's the point I'm making.
So basically, what you're telling me is what we already kind of knew to begin with was we got this weird conundrum where we got the educated lames wanting the big booty Brendas and the wallflowers who want the thug type, the Pookies and Ray Rays, and the people that they want don't want them.
But that's not true. That's not true for the wallflower though. The dudes, they be smashing out the like the chicks. Like a chick can always like, if you ever look, like chicks usually in the black community, I'm just being real. The dude, you know, no homo, like the dude is usually like, if they did like a rating scale, the dude would be on a higher scale than the chick usually. Like,
what do you mean?
But like if they did like a scale, like a 1 to 10 scale, the dude would be like a 7 and the chick would be like a 4 or something. That's kind of normal.
What do we mean? What do you mean?
I'm saying on desirability. On the desirability scale. And that's
Were you basing this on other people's interests outside of our race? Like what
I'm basing this on what I see. I'm not basing this on really honestly this black talk only in the black community.
Dudes.
Only in the black community.
Most black women besides the ones who, you know, just
that's actually the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. Like you'll see a dude who's shredded to the max, like 6'10", 280, shredded, freaking 5% body fat. Sometimes you'll see this dude with a damn with a wildebeest. Like,
so what do you mean? Like, so what do you mean? Because you just said that the women are like afford the desirability, but you're telling me that she could bag a dude that you could be considered a quote unquote select dude.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So that's the point I'm making when you said the quote unquote wallflower, like, because you're trying to say, well, these chicks don't get dudes, but the chicks for the most part can be around a lot. Like the chicks for the most part could get a lot of the dudes they want. A lot of times. Now, sometimes, you know, they can get them to have sex with them at least, but they can't, they can't get them to commit to them. But at the end of the day, like that's the point I'm making is that sometimes you just not like, we need to start making being a normal black person okay.
My question is this: how could their desirability be a 4 if they can bag a select dude? Their desirability ain't a 4 then.
No, it's not that it's not a 4. It's that black dudes will go down in the gutter. That's what it is. It's not that. It's like black dudes in general, they standards are low. Like I always say that. So Like
low is in comparison to what? As far as like,
I'm not saying because you're gonna try to say I'm using. I'm not. This is not no quote unquote.
Are you talking about weight?
I'm talking about weight. I'm talking about looks. I'm talking about everything. I
would disagree with you when it comes to looks.
I would have to say the no, my brother. But it's like, you know,
if you're talking about weight, I would agree with you. If you talk about looks, I disagree.
I'm saying everything all encompassing.
Black men are very shallow motherfuckers when it comes to looks. I'm sorry.
I do not agree, because it's a ton of dudes who. I'm not saying Lizzo ugly, but it's a ton of dudes that will bust down Lizzo. And Lizzo is she's not ugly though per se, but she
most black men will take a cute fat girl than an ugly skinny girl.
I think that's true to a certain extent, but most of the fat chicks don't be cute. That's what I'm pointing out. They just be fat.
I don't agree with that.
They just be fat.
There's a lot of cute fat girls out here. You call them fat, but you can't. A lot of these girls ain't ugly just because they fat.
I'm not saying they're not ugly. I'm not saying they ugly. Like there's a spectrum. There's like a ton of levels before you get to ugly. Like. But yeah, I didn't even want to make it about that. I just wanted to say, like, because you just pointed it out, like, sometimes these dudes are just, there's nothing they can do. Like, why can't a dude just be a guy? Like, why can't he just be, why he got to be a rapper? Like, why he can't be, like, you got to be something. You either got to be super handsome, you got to be super tall, you got to be like, or now what I will say is if you got to be a damn court jester, but do you have, why you got to be a damn court jester, funny nigga trying to make everybody laugh? Like, it's always like some super extreme when if you just a regular dude, it's nothing you could do, like a lot of times. And that's all I'm saying. Like, I think regular dudes should be getting chicks too. Like no, you don't got to be a damn court jester. Like, why? And then this is why I say
be a court jester.
This is why I say the chicks.
It helps. I mean, if you can make a woman laugh, it helps, right? But you don't have to be that guy. Like, you ain't got to be the class clown or nothing. Like, but making a woman smile definitely helps.
But this is what I'm saying. If you like, a dude could just be like a white dude. He could just be like, and I'm not even saying that the chick is the best looking white chick, but he could just be a lame white dude. Like a Opie, fucking, you know, like a damn Dan, what's the Roseanne dad? Dan, I don't know his name, but whatever. I think his real last name is Goodman, but I don't know. I was trying to say his name off of Dan Connor. Yeah, him. Like, he could just be Dan Connor and get an okay woman. Like, but with a black dude, you got to be a super player or something to get a decent woman, man. Like, it's like, damn. And then the chicks, like, I think if all the chicks, like, that's why I stress the weight thing, because if
some
all the chicks was skinny,
off by that shit, especially when you're talking about relationships, because I know it's a perception but some girls get turned off by that shit because some girls, girls don't want to have to deal with the bullshit that comes with dealing with those type of dudes.
When I say player, I just mean like super, like just super, like, you know, charismatic and stuff. I'm not necessarily saying like a dude.
I'm talking about, I know what you're talking about, and I'm saying a lot of girls don't really want to deal with that person, even though they might be attracted to them in one way. In another way, they probably don't want to deal with them because they know it's a lot of bullshit at that. Same thing, how you see a lot of dudes will see a banging ass female, this, that, and third, but if you know she's batshit crazy, it don't matter how she look, you know she's batshit crazy, you wouldn't touch her. You're like, you might be, you know, she might be attractive, but you know she comes with a lot of fuckery and a lot of baggage, so you wouldn't touch her. And it's a lot of girls look at dudes like that as well, especially those type of dudes you're talking about. They might be attracted to them and everything else, but they see there's a lot of bullshit there. And they're like, I ain't trying to be dealing with all that. And that's a little bit of a turn off. Same shit.
And see, please notice people in the chat saying I don't have no game. Like, dude, like, I've been listening to Mac lessons for like 10 years, so I have quote unquote game, but I don't even need, like, me. I don't need game. Like, I'm like, y'all don't know, man. Like, I don't even, like, when I go places, chicks just like, you just don't know, man. Like, you don't get it. Like you don't get what being 6'2", like just brown skin, shredded looking, like you don't know, man. Y'all don't just fly Tommy Hilfiger poloed out, like y'all don't get it, man. Y'all don't get it. This is not me complaining or saying, oh, I can't get women, or oh, this is me being objective about what's going on in the Black community. Like, if I just wanted to be dumb, I could just be quiet and just be like.
I'm not going to say it's not remnants of what you're talking about that's true. I just don't like speaking in absolutes, and I just know it's not. I don't think it's as prevalent as you make it out to be. But I don't act like that segment don't exist. Like I said, when we talking this relationship shit is tricky, right? Because like I said, it all depends on what you're looking for, and everybody's looking for different shit at different stages of their life. When you was 15, you was looking for something completely different. You was looking for, well, probably not too much different, but it was mainly all about pussy, right? It was all about pussy at 15, right? That's all it was all about. They try to get as much pussy as you probably can. You busting at the seams. Your hormones is going crazy. You just trying to get bag something. That you going to different schools trying to find new girls or whatever the case may be. You doing all that stuff. So your hormones is going crazy. At 20, you might be more open to probably having a girlfriend at this time, right? You still about pussy. You still want your pussy. But you more interested in having a relationship. You wasn't interested in a relationship at 15. You might play around with the relationship thing around 20, right? You might, this usually when you start, either finding your baby mother or on the verge, on the journey to find your baby mother or whatever the case may be. Once you're in your 20s, your early 20s, whatever the case, and then by the time you're 25, you probably. Either you probably done found your baby mother, or you in a relationship. You at different stages of your life, you looking for different shit, right? When it comes to women, right? So and same thing with women. They had their little whole stages, and then they had these stages where they want to settle down and everything else. Like this is everybody's looking for different shit at different stages of their life. So it is no right or wrong when it comes to this relationship talk. It's all about preference, what you're looking for, what your standards are. Like these are all individual choices and individual decisions everybody has to make. And as you grow, your standards are going to grow. And you're going to, and I know the argument is women wait too late to get these standards, and by then they probably ran through and everything else. I know that's the argument, and I get it. Again, I think that's why I harp when I hear people say, fathers need to lay off and, be soft on all this, that, and third and everything else. No, I don't think that's the case. I think it should be more fathers doing shit that they used to do back in the day. I'm not going to say shotgun wedding should come back, but I think fathers should definitely be more involved with what's going on in their kids' lives in the household. And that will prevent a lot of these females from being ran through at an early age. So that's why I press on that. So I get both sides of these arguments, but it's like, again, a lot of this shit is just personal preference, man. Because a lot of people are just projecting. Well, they should be this and they should be that and everything else. Well, they should be that for who? For you? Because because you're saying that women should not deal with this guy, they should deal with that guy. Well, that's it's hard to say because you're telling them what their preference should be, and their preference is going to be their preference. Like I can't tell them what not. The only thing I can tell them what type of person not to deal with, as far as like a motherfucker who's going to cheat on them and shit like that or whatever. But as far as like this whole labeling of the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the educated lames and the geeks and all this other thing else, listen. Get with whoever you're interested in, who's going to treat you right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but don't go off the physical or the stereotype. Don't just chase that, but make sure a motherfucker treats you right and get somebody who you interested in, so you won't have the urge to go run off and cheat on a motherfucker later. Because if I sit up here and tell you must mess with this guy right here because he's the one who's best suited for you, and you're really not interested in this motherfucker, You just going to get with them, and it's going to be a stale ass relationship. You're really not going to be into it. You're going to end up cheating on the motherfucker. That's what's going to happen. You're going to end up cheating on the motherfucker because you're really not into him like that. You ain't fucking with him because this is what people say you should be fucking with. This is what motherfuckers say who you should be with, but it's not who you want to be with. So you're going against your urge. You're going against your natural urges, your natural attraction, and all that. And you know, it's like a person can't force you to be attracted to somebody. If I told you, OJ, that well, you need to mess with the wallflower. You need to mess with the wallflower. Don't worry about it. She's 245.6. Don't worry about it. You know, work with her, get her to lose weight. This, that, and third. This is what you should do. I know she got 2 kids. I know she got 2 kids, 2 separate baby fathers. But this is what you have to do. You got to mess with her. This is what you need to do. Like I can't tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to base this off what you looking for and what makes you happy.
Yeah, I feel you. But if that would fix the black community, that I would absolutely be open to that. See, that's the difference between I'm down to do whatever helps. But at the end of the day, but I want to get off that. But you know, you made some good points. But also, I want to point this out too. Paying for sex is not simping. I don't know where y'all get that from. Paying for sex is tricking.
What tricking and simping is?
Wait. No, I'm about to.
Tricking
it's not necessarily synonymous. It's not always synonymous. It is sometimes though, but it's not always synonymous because a simp can have no money and still be a simp. You can be a simp with no money. You can only be a trick if you paying for sex. See, the difference between a simp and a trick.
Okay, I feel you.
A simp is gonna buy. A simp is gonna buy. Wait. Let me say this real quick. Now, a way a simp is tricking is inefficient and clownish. That's why he gets made fun of. A simp will buy a chick some gifts. Oh, I'm about to buy this girl some flowers, write her some poetry. I'm about to buy her a damn couch. You know, she said she need her phone bill paid. Like, oh yeah, in hopes of gaining sex. Whereas a trick is gonna be like, hey, you're gonna have to bust down if I pay this phone bill. Like it's the emotions behind it, and it's different. To me, it's
all simping, and I'm gonna explain why. Like, I will give you your point to where you can, you know, simping and tricking technically is 2 different things, right? Because you made a valid point where you could be broke and still be a simp and not be able to trick, but you still a simp, right? And tricking is tricking, right? Now, everybody who so now we can say everybody who's a simp is don't be tricking, right? Everybody's a simp, don't trick, right? Like we can say like everybody who simps is not necessarily a trick, but everybody who tricks is absolutely a fucking simp. I'm sorry, that's just the way I see it, man. If you tricking, you're simping. Now that's why I say it's synonymous, because I don't see how you can trick and not be simping. You simping at that point. Like you're leading with your wallet. That's what it was with me back in the day. Like we called them sucker for love ass motherfuckers, you know, they lollipops looking to be licked, and that's what, and it's a bunch of girls who target these motherfuckers and everything else, and these motherfuckers always the ones who end up getting burnt by Big Booty Brenda. Now I don't mean burnt like STD, I mean like, you know, they get fucked over by Big Booty Brenda because they was leading with their wallet. Big Booty Brenda saw a plate, saw a lollipop, licked his ass a few times, you know, probably done got a baby out of it and everything. So now he locked in. You know, now Big Booty Brenda ain't even thinking about his ass now. Only thing she want to talk to him about is child support payments. Like, so she done got his ass, and it ain't nothing, and that's because he was leading with his wallet, trying to chase around motherfuckers he shouldn't have been chasing around. He was simping. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's paying for shit. Like that. These are the motherfuckers. These are motherfuckers who go down to Colombia and find some little random ass motherfucking streetwalker, mess around, take her back to the States, marry her, have a kid here with the kid, have a kid here with the kid, with the chick, so the kid can be American and all this other stuff. She gets Americanized, cheats on him with some other motherfucker after she gets westernized, because that's what happens. These motherfuckers think they can just go down here and get these chicks and bring them up here and think they don't get westernized. That chick I saw yesterday, did you see that stream? OJ, did you see that stream?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't see the whole stream. I just happened upon it because I wasn't really paying attention to what they was talking. Because you know, it's like, oh, after Rumble, I'm like, the Rumble really wasn't that good. It wasn't even like it wasn't that good of a time. I mean, I guess it was a good topic. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention to it, but I just happened to see it. I happened to see the chick on there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So
tell me she didn't look like a regular. Tell me she didn't look like a regular old rat from South Central.
I'm not gonna say. See, I'm not even gonna call her a rat. Like a chick that look like that, I'm not gonna call her a rat.
Like, you won't call her a rat? Okay, well,
no, but this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say
telling her coochie. I'm gonna call her a rat
because I'm not necessarily gonna put specifics on a person all the time. Now I might say all chicks are tops.
Come on, now OJ.
I'm not gonna like I always say. Like, have you ever seen me
call her a rat?
Have you ever really seen me call somebody something though? Like especially somebody that's on like these panels or something.
You call them thoughts?
No. I call chicks thoughts. I say, you know, these chicks are insta thoughts for the most part. I don't really.
You call them thoughts.
If it's a chick,
Tatiana.
What I'm saying is she's on the panel.
What do you mean?
She's on a panel. I don't necessarily, you know, go in on them. Like I don't call people like who are like actual people on panels and stuff. I usually don't call them names. But now she is a prostitute, but I'm not gonna call her a rat. but on the same token, she was low-key jugging out the frame, man. That's why I stopped by. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on with these niggas? These niggas are wild.
He like, yo, spin around. She up there spinning around and shit and everything else. Like,
yeah, they was kind of weird, low-key. But on the same token,
hey, I'm like, how much this shit cost, man? Like stop playing. But I'm saying she was American. She was westernized, man. You saw she had a weave in her head and everything. They were still chasing her.
That's not westernized though, because all like black women just wear weaves all across the globe.
You didn't look no different than the chicks I see out here in the summertime.
No, I agree.
She ain't look no different. I ain't see what was so special that motherfuckers need to go catch a plane flight out there just to pay for it. This is something I wanted to point out. Because you said like, oh, you can just pay for pussy here, but I told you guys the prostitutes treat you differently here. I remember I saw a damn, I don't know where this was. I don't know if I was on Reddit or what, but it was a prostitute. She was judging the dude she was having sex with. She was like, yo, if you don't, you know, make me go, then I don't even really want to let you pay me for sex. Like it's not like that out here, man. Like whoever said that just
this was a white female. This was a white female. This wasn't no black lady.
Wait. When you say judge them how? You mean after she's done, she like tries to, she like
rate them. She rates the sex.
So what them like what
why did like and then she was berating them and then wait.
Let me ask you a question. You think all these prostitutes don't have some kind of rate system? Like, oh, that was the best trick I ever had, or this, that, and third, or this trick actually made me nut this many times, and whatever the case may be. You think other races of prostitutes or different countries of prostitutes don't have this same like?
They absolutely have that.
Okay,
but the difference. Wait, let me finish. The difference is they not on camera talking trash. Like they not down it like the dude. Like dude, I've never.
Did she name names? Did she name?
No, she didn't name names, but I'm just saying. She's showing the disrespect. Like if you see that video and you smashed her, then you got disrespected.
Dudes come up here and talk about pussy all the time.
This the point. But this the point I'm making.
I had this one chick. I had a phone. Obsidian, like, yeah, I be bending these chicks all over my couch. He just saying, I had this chick and I didn't know who that chick is. That chick right next door to me right now that was bent over Obsidian's couch. I wouldn't even know because he didn't say her name. So, like, she didn't say her. If she didn't say their names, then what difference do it make? She just saying.
But what I'm pointing out is that could be seen as disrespectful to the dudes. And not only that, but I told you, like a lot of dudes be saying like the prostitutes, they don't really be treating them like they just be treating them like they paying for sex. Like the prostitutes in other countries, from what I hear, like again, I've never paid for sex. I'm you guys already know I'm down with the pimping, so I don't condone paying for. So it has to happen, you know, for pimps to live. So that, you know, it has to happen. But I'm not about paying for sex. So before y'all start saying some clown stuff, but the prostitutes in other countries, from what I hear, they be treating dudes like that's their girlfriend for the night. Like that's how dudes. That's what dudes like for whatever reason.
I know dudes.
And they don't.
I know motherfuckers. Not even black motherfuckers. I know Latino motherfuckers, right? Who went down. Puerto Rican motherfuckers going down to Dominican Republic, fall in love with these chicks, dog. One of these dudes got one of these chicks pregnant. Another one of these dudes went down here and was actually in love with this chick. Was sending her money. He came back up to the States and was sending her money. He was wiring this chick money. This fucking whore. And I was clowning the shit out of this motherfucker. Like, dog, you sit up here wiring this whore money? The fuck is you doing? I'm clowning the shit out of him. Like, like I can't. Like, I don't understand motherfuckers. But somehow another motherfuckers think this is like a good thing. Like, this is balling. Like, no, bro. No, what is you doing? You wiring.
You know what's funny? I used to make fun of. I used to think like, oh man, damn, it's lame to pay for sex, and it is. But on a certain level, I got some kind of like some certain level of empathy. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, I know, like, hey, if I wasn't born in this body I was in, who knows? Like, I could have been an incel too. Like, but, and that's not to say those dudes are incels, because they not. But I may have, really bad experiences with black women if I wasn't who I was. So, yeah,
my position always been the same when it came to this shit right here. My position has always been the same when it came to this shit right here. If you talked to me 20 years ago, I would have told you the same shit I'm telling you now. I don't do all that shit. Like, motherfuckers used to go to the fucking strip bars and spend up all their money trying to make it rain and all such shit, everything else. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers weirdos. I ain't spending my motherfucking guap over here doing that dumb shit. Just like, who you trying to impress?
Yeah,
you trying to impress a bunch of hoes. You trying to impress a bunch of hoes, man. They hoes, man. They do that shit for anybody, man. You're not special. Just like it's for your own ego, and you're doing it for hoes. And it's like, my ego ain't that big, and I don't care about these hoes. So I'm good. I'm good. But you got these motherfuckers up on here, they egos, and they, want to have dick measuring contests at the strip bar and see who motherfuckers spend up the most money. Let's get a whole bottle of this, even though it costs $90. Let's get a whole bottle of this motherfucker, even though I can go right across the street because the liquor store ain't closed yet, and get this motherfucker for about $13. I'm gonna spend $90 here, and motherfucker come out because I'm ego tripping and I want to impress the hoes. Like, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. Like, but motherfuckers will call me the simp. But it's hilarious.
Well, but see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, simping and tricking is different. But now, see, this the thing. You can't be like how you pointed out. The Puerto Rican dudes be falling in love with these chicks. Like, that's the difference. Like, so some tricks are simps, but some tricks, like, if you ever seen that Dave Chappelle skit where they be like, what really would have happened? He did that movie Pretty Woman, and the movie is like, oh, he fall in love with her, and she taking her dancing and all kind of weird stuff. But in Dave Chappelle's skit, he was like, hey, you got to get the hell out of here. Like, that's how a real true to the game, like a trick, like a real power trick type dude, like a powerful trick. That's what you do. They pay him the bread and they slide off. But these dudes now, they just simps. Like, it's just a lot of niggas that are simps. I agree. A lot of niggas that's tricking are simps. I would probably say a majority.
Go ahead.
I would say that. I would say a majority of dudes that's tricking are simps. I'm not gonna hold, because a lot of those dudes worse. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I pointed out, like, the prostitutes in other countries, they, like I said, they act like they treat you like a person. Like, and a lot of times that's what black dudes kind of want, man. Like, damn, like, when I go to the DMV, you mean mugging me, like, you angry at me, I didn't even do nothing. I'm just here to get my ID. I go to the grocery store. Damn, okay, I forgot my milk. Can I go get it? Oh, yeah, well, why you mad at me? I went to the milk aisle for 5 seconds. Like, come on. Like, let me, like, can I get some kind of good treatment? Like, the only time you get treated well is if they like you. And even then, they still treat you like garbage. So it's like, damn. Like, come on. That's what the dudes are. That's how dudes are feeling out here. And we don't have no empathy towards that, but you got to.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what creates, quote unquote, like, see, and the thing is, if black males really had some type of entitlement, you would be seeing more Elliot Rodger type stuff. But luckily we don't. You know, we don't have that kind of entitlement like white dudes, thank God. But it's a lot of dudes out here that's hurting, man. Like they hurting and they getting, you know, and nobody cares. I want y'all to know OJ cares though.
Motherfuckers, motherfuckers just gotta, you know, they gotta change some things. Motherfuckers want to be able to get everything without changing anything. Like you gotta change some things, man. You know, like if you struggling to get a motherfucking job, guess what? You gotta change a couple of things so you can motherfucking try to get that motherfucking job. If you're struggling to motherfucking if you're struggling to do anything, you gotta change certain things to try to get that shit done. But motherfuckers over here, what I notice is they're struggling to get pussy, but they don't want to change anything to get that shit done. They kind of just want to try to shame the women into giving them pussy. Like, and it's kind of pathetic when I see dudes trying to shame women into giving them pussy. It's like that shit is like I said, that's why I call them pick-me's. That's why I call them pick-me's, because that's what they act like. It's like, bruh, like just if you stressed out about pussy, right, and you're not happy with the pussy that you are currently getting, change it. And you don't change it by shaming and getting on the show soapbox bitching about it all day long. No. What you want Big Booty Brenda? What is Big Booty Brenda into? Big Booty Brenda's into this? Okay, well then maybe you should start trying to do a little bit more of that to get her attention.
Yeah, but what if what Big Booty Brenda is into is face tattoos? And you gotta do you see what I'm saying? Like, because I always say this. Like, if I had tattoos, because I don't have no tattoos, Floyd Mayweather status. If I had tattoos, it would be I couldn't even I couldn't even walk out the door. I couldn't even walk out the door, dude.
If Big Booty Brenda's in the face tats and you ain't in the face tats, then go find Thick Tasha. Go find Thick Tasha, because Thick Tasha probably ain't in the face tats, and go holler at Thick Tasha and see what she's talking about. Like it's not just big. Like I was saying, like these women outnumber us by massive amounts. Like, you know, you got your pick of the litter. Like, so that's why I don't understand why. I understand the women complaints more so than the guys' complaints.
See, you think
because the men, like, you know, like, first of all, they outnumber us. That's one. Two, you got to weed out the motherfuckers who got caught L's and end up locked up or probably dead. You got to chalk them up as L's. And then you got to chalk up the other L's of this whole gay motherfuckers and everything else, this whole gay agenda, this whole increasement of black males becoming gay in our fucking community, which is troubling, by the way. But you got to chalk them up. Like, they don't have as much pick of the litter as we do. We got way more picks of the litter than they do. I'm sorry, that's just reality. Like, so when I hear dudes complaining about how they can't find XYZ, I'm like, you ain't looking hard enough. Because I can understand that argument better with the women than with the dudes, because there's so many more women than it is dudes.
But see, this is what you don't get now, and this is what the white dudes are complaining about. This is why white MGTOW exists and why all these things exist, because what's happening is now the chicks have more access to quote unquote Chad. So Chad and Tyrone, see, this the thing. The upper echelon type dudes, they just cleaning house. So if you see like they'll have like a thing like, the average partners is 10, the average partners is 11, whatever, however many partners it is. What that is it's a lot of niggas getting 0. It's Chad and Tyrone getting 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then it's a dude that got like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, he get lucky every year. That's what it is. It's not like it's not spread evenly. It's some dudes really busting down and some dudes ain't busting nothing. Like, and that's kind of what it is.
Could it be because some of these dudes are just don't know how to talk to women, don't know how to get women's attention, or refuse to do what they have to do to get women's attention? It's like, and if that's what you want to be standoffish, like, well, you want to be 10 toes down, well, I'm not going to stop doing what I do to impress any women and everything else. That's fine. I have no problem with you having that position. But you can't have that position and then in turn complain that these women don't want you. That's because you didn't do what you had to do to go out there and get the women. That's why I said, like, because even the biggest incel on the planet can find some pussy. They can find some pussy. They just can. I see motherfuckers. You be shocked. These motherfuckers actually was able to get their dick wet once, but they was able to get a few chicks. So it's out there, bro. It's just motherfuckers. If you don't know how to get it, that's on you. You need to change you, because some people are just socially awkward. Maybe they in a certain area where they're not really in the proximity of a lot of females or whatever, or the ones that are there is taken or whatever. Then you got to do certain things to change all this, man. There's certain things you got to do, but motherfuckers don't want to put that best foot forward. They kind of just want the pussy to fall in their lap. And
I agree with that to a certain extent. But if you 5'2", what can you do? Like if you 5'3", what can you do? Like and even then, right. let's say you super buff, but your face looks terrible. Like you still can get some chicks.
You know what you do. You know what you do. You still in a better position than that woman, because you know what you do? You get your fucking money up. You get your fucking money up. It don't matter how tall you are, how ugly you are. None of that shit matters, because women are gonna flock to you because you got money. Now, a woman, on the other hand, if she was busted, if she was 6'7", ugly as fuck, with brolic ass shoulders, and this, that, and the third, she's just fucked. She's just fucked. Ain't nothing she can do. Even money couldn't help her. She's just screwed. Like, so a woman can't recover for something like that. A woman can't recover from real fucked up ass genetic makeup that has her looking like a grown ass fucking man. Like, she can't recover from that. But not without plastic surgery. Even then, might be fucked up. But a man who fell short on the genetic pool can get his money up still. So again, what are you doing to change the fact that you can't get pussy? Because you can always get pussy. It's not that hard. Like, just do what you gotta do to get the pussy. But motherfuckers again want the pussy to fall in their lap. Oh, OJ dropped off. I didn't even realize I'm talking to myself. Yeah, I've been going. I was supposed to end this about 45 minutes ago. Me and OJ got into this discussion. Renee done dropped off. Love Wisdom dropped off. Hey, I'm the last soldier standing. I mean, shout out to everybody out there that's listening. I wasn't even paying attention to the chat. Shout out to all y'all. But these conversations, they get it. They interesting, but I think sometimes they definitely circular, and it all depends on everybody's preference at the end of the motherfucking day. My whole thing is black man, black woman equals black child. All the other stuff is individual preferences that everybody gotta figure out, right? There is no absolutes in this shit. There is no advice I can really give. It's certain advice I can give that's universal all the way around the board that everybody can take in and apply. But a lot of this shit that I tell you is probably only going to be individualized. If it doesn't apply to you, you're probably, you can't take so much of it in. And it's like I said, these conversations, that's why I say they never ending, because it's always different angles to it, but, anyways. Shout out to everybody out there for listening. I appreciate all y'all for coming through. Please click like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate that. And if you did click subscribe, or if you haven't already, please hit that notification bell. Very important, so you can be notified whenever I do go live. Also, to my haters out there, y'all already know what it is. I don't turn these fuckers off. I actually do embrace these motherfuckers. It's only one way I know you motherfuckers actually came through, and that is, actually, it's two ways. You can either comment, or you can click dislike, and afterwards you can still share this motherfucker and stop being stingy with your hate. Let everybody know what you hating on, and then you can kindly unsubscribe. Because if you click a dislike on this motherfucking stream right here, there's a good chance that you ain't on none of these motherfuckers right here. All right, and yeah, family. Also, please consider becoming a Patreon so you get access to any stream I do, whether I keep it on air, whether I pull it down, whatever. My Patreons have access to everything regardless. Also, any exclusive content I do is all over there. And whatever you feel like the channel's worth, that's what you donate. I have no limits. I appreciate any donations given. All donations given do go towards the production of the show as usual. And yes, also family, please consider following me on Twitter and the gram at SYKOPATHeist, spelled the same way as the channel. You know what I'm saying? Scream at me over there. And also, please subscribe to the Black Building. Also, my main channel, SYKOPATHeist, and the Psycho War. Please subscribe to all our channels so you can be on top of us whenever we decide to go live on another channel or whatever. And also, family, as always, please, if you're looking for any graphics, artwork, designs, or logos, please consider hitting up our sister Renee at Renee Black Graphic on Facebook. Also, if you're looking for any t-shirts or hoodies, all custom designs, please consider also hitting up a store. All these links will be in the description as always. And yeah, this was another RBG Pill show. We'll probably be back this week around Wednesday or Thursday, I'm thinking. I'll talk to Renee, see what her schedule is like, but I'm sure we'll try to get on either Wednesday, Thursday, the latest. And so yeah, until then, family, I want to thank all y'all for coming through. Shout out to Love, Wisdom, and OJ for joining the panel. I want to give a peace and black power out there to everybody. Holla black at your boy. I'm out.